Hello and welcome to Roller Wiener Monday. It is Trucking Answers Live on Monday, 12:30 p.m. And we're here in Snowland. It's going to be snowing here pretty soon. That doesn't sound too great to me. Hey, have you seen this Samsara? I'm going to do a whole video about this, but they now can detect whether you're wearing a mask with their little driver-facing camera. Isn't that great? Boy, that's the way to treat somebody like a professional. Did you know the head of a Weiner wants to head the FMCSA? Let's talk about why that may or may not be a good idea. What's the most E-log violations that DOT is catching people on? Do you have that Rand McNally ELD? It's still down. Not great. That's not great. And some stocks. All right. And so there we go. So what's happening out there today? Man, it is going to be a snowy day. That's not great. But otherwise, we're doing good. Christina was first on this one the other day. All right. And then Misty today first. Hello there. Christina is here. And let's see. Kelly's here also. What's going on? Trucker Hershey's made it in all the way from Denver. Nice. That is great. You're going to be snowed in out there too, I hope. We can't just have all of it here. Christopher, what's going on there? Roger Penske, what's happening out there? Eddie McFadden, hello there. It's good to see you. George Wilson. In Illinois, you have to be a rural letter carrier or disabled military veteran to use chains. Yeah, what disabled military veteran? Why do they get to use chains? That's a weird law. I would figure Illinois would do that. I mean, those people can use chains? Okay. Misty misses studded snow tires. Yeah, most states out here not allowed, so not great. Mark, what's happening? Columbia George, greetings, big strappers. Yes, from our friends at Smart Trucking. Good afternoon, Mark, from Wilbon and Trucking Interest. Keep on trucking. We're going to try to today through the snow. Cleveland, going to get a foot of snow. Wow. Around the lake up here, too. Porter County, Indiana, up there. Portage, Indiana. My sister-in-law's up there. She's going to get 7 or 8 inches of snow. That's really something. Trucker Hershey participated in the strike. Oh, you see, we weren't supposed to strike. See, that's the thing. You're like an anti-striker. You're like a scab on the strike community. We're supposed to work. You can't participate. We're not going to participate. Aren't you? A bag of donuts this year. Hello. Big country catfish, and I'm a driver for Schuster. All right. Got a few Schuster drivers out there. Been here 4 months. It's not bad, and they just give another raise. Wow. They just gave a raise before. I just posted that. Now another raise. Everybody's giving raises except where I am. That stinks. I'll get a load to Denver, Trucker Hershey, then to northern Wyoming and Tappan City, wherever that is. To somewhere sweet. You can come back and play in all the snow that we're going to get. Here, an inch or two here, so not bad. Aviator Trucker, it's Monday, and they're already closing the highway with wrecks. That's great. Nobody is used to driving after just a couple of days off. I think actually a lot of people didn't drive much in the summer, and so they've lost their touch. Roger Penske, can't you head south and cut back north? That's farther? Yeah, you could, depending on where you're going. Let's see. So it depends where you are. My company never cared about that. I've been at several places where I had to go west, and they would always let you go south if you thought that was a better idea. If you wanted to take 56, 54, 56, all the way through Hooker and all the way out, that was fine with them too, rather than taking 80. So they left it up to you, which is nice. We'll have a profitable flight wherever it is you're going. I assume so, Trucker. I noticed that on the channel, they only like to comment and answer chats if you donate. Which Smart Blank Trucking? What the heck kind of trucking channel is that? Some places do that, though. I got to acknowledge my Mark. He's a good guy. Trucking tips. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try to get to everybody. Sometimes I do miss people. You're at the Petra in Atlanta today. Well, you're probably not going to get the snow that we're getting here. What's up, everyone? Manhattan, New York City. Wow. What are you driving around in Manhattan? Good luck with that. Hopefully it's not too big. I made a run on my episode 7 Need for Speed. I'm going to help Mark with graphics. I would appreciate it. Yes, graphics not my thing here. I've been listening XM Radio Free. They do not have the Truckers channel, Columbia George. Really? What I understood, what I've heard on the commercials, is that tell everybody satellite radio is free through the 1st, which will be tomorrow. So I thought all the channels were free. And like Trucker Hershey Market today to get it for $5 a month. Yeah, call them up and tell them you want it, but you don't want to pay $20. I swear that's what I do every year. I'll be doing that again next month because it's up for me in December. So you go, look, I like XM or whatever, but 20 a month, that's just too much. And what they do, they'll offer you $60 for a year. That's what they always do for me. I've been doing this for many years. That's $5 a month. Okay, and so you say, okay, turn it on. I'll do it for $5. I always say, look, I don't drive much. It's really true. In the car, I don't drive that much. And so I tell them no, and they go $60, and I agree to it. And that's $5 a month. I've been doing that for years because they need subscribers to charge advertising fee. They show a number of subscribers, so they would rather you did that. And it's $5. You can't beat $1.25 a week. Well worth it. Fast Joe can't see or hear me. I see myself back there, so that's good. Hey, Trucker Tips, how's everything going today? How's everyone doing with you? Is he on yet? I'm working on it. Very festive today. I try to be more festive, right? We're getting close to the time here for Christmas time and everything. It's if Mark is late, does he have to bribe Gracie not to get demerits? Yeah, I have to ask her not to bite my feet all the time because she was just biting me moments ago when I got up before the show. And I assume she's exhausted from that. Trucker Tips, how I'm doing great out here. I'm just doing great. It's warm inside and snow outside, so love it. Greetings, TJ Jones and the Bull of the Woods. What's happening? Show's on the road. We are on the road and in high gear. All right. That's some kind of trucking thing I said right there. That's pretty good. And I lost my spot even with all that. So back to work at Korean Mafia today. That's good. Good. At least, hey, that didn't take that long. Not bad. Not bad. Hiding? No, I'm on there. Okay, so I see myself back there. All right, so good. Snow or wiener Monday? Yeah, frozen wieners today. Yikes. Controversial. Hey, what's happening? Clear sailing on Ohio on Saturday. Yeah, not tomorrow, though. Snowing in Walton, Kentucky. Yeah, it did look like it was going to go pretty far. I can't imagine they're going to get much snow. Considering we're at an inch here in Lafayette. Do traffic jams count as a strike? In some states, they do. The contraband just fell off the back of Hershey's trailer. Yikes. Good to see you. Good to see you, Paul Harris. I thought Ray McNally was supposed to be the bee's knees. Yeah, bag of donuts. Look, they're as of today, I was looking this morning, looks like their ELDs are still down. Now you're going to have to go to the FMCSA and request an extension because you're only allowed to run no ELD for 8 days. And it's been about 8 days now, so your company will have to go fill the form out. It's on the FMCSA site at support, and they have to explain what the problem is and all that. And so, yeah, if you're an owner-operator, you're going to have to fill that form out. You cannot have more than 8 days of paper logs if you're required to run an ELD without having contacted the FMCSA at their support site and filling out the forms. Crazy. They had a cyber attack, whatever that means. What's a raise? Star Chamber. I hear you. That's what I'm saying. Alexander, what's going on? The raise is nice here. Trucking has kicked your butt this week. Yeah, you've been cruising, but the raise will be super good. Hopefully it's 15 cents a mile. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not privy to that, though. It's on strike Thursday and Friday. See, that's the thing. You can't be, reverse scabbing these strikes. Once the guy said we don't strike, then everybody's got to go in. Trucker Tips, want to say thank you for what you do for the community, Mark. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks very much. That is much appreciated. Believe me. Air Gunner Bob. Delivered to Northern Vermont. Getting loaded right now back for run to Michigan. All right. Well, be careful going up there because it's going to start snowing up there. Lake effect. Controversial. Pouring rain in the Northeast. You're going to change the snow sometime tomorrow, they said. I did see it was going to go over there. We're getting it here. Not like a lot of snow here, but further north, yeah. You guys know good local New York City, New Jersey with tanker and hazmat. Wow. Are there good? Man, it's going to have to pay, too, to live in New York City. Holy mackerel. I mean, I'm going to expect $30 an hour out there just to make a living. Aviator truck, I strike several times on Thanksgiving break. Mr. Perfect game by 3 frames. Well, that's pretty good. Do you use a 6-pound ball? I do not bowl often, but when I do, it's a 6-pound ball. I got to fight the 8-year-olds for it. Happy Roller Wiener Monday, everyone, and all end users. Jim Trucker, it's good to see you. 77 BTLE. Picked up in Allentown, heading to Statesville. Good, get out of the snow while you still have a chance to. We're not supposed to strike? What if you struck and got holiday pay? No, see, that's the thing. You're going to have to give that back. That's like blood money now because the guy canceled the strike. So we're not allowed to take that kind of thing. So no, absolutely not. We're supposed to work. Any money you got for not working is blood money. Luke, 1, 2, 3, 4, laying over on I-79 in Pennsylvania, a little nervous about the weather. Yeah, I mean, if you can get out of there, get out today. Feel more like a sailor than a driver. Trucking tips. I'm also Hyped Gamer Network. I decided to start a trucking channel. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll fix your graphics. Yeah, thank you. Whatever my graphics problems are. Costco has given extra $2 per hour since March because of COVID. Extends to February. That's pretty good. That's a whole year. The problem is they're going to be taking that $2 and to feel like you're taking a pay cut once they give it for a year. I mean, did you see Amazon's giving everybody $350 also? That works in the warehouses and stuff. So not bad. Purdue here in town, they just announced they're giving everybody $750. That works at Purdue. All the way from professors all the way down the line, it said. So everybody's getting something. When does our stuff come in? I want to know that. Sam, hello everyone. Finally home for a much needed break. Yeah. Now's the time to take off because we couldn't take off on the holiday. Drew Zod got a Sears Lifetime for $300 15 years ago. Now, that was a good purchase, wasn't it? That seemed like crazy, but you got a great deal there. Misty's folding laundry we're listing and missing a sock. Yeah, I hear you. I have a sock sitting in the kitchen. I don't understand it. I did laundry, and I got one extra sock. How am I getting a sock? Where'd my sock come from? And it's not the cat stealing them. So maybe our socks could match up and make a pair that way. Fleet Nav Systems is here. Hello, everyone. Steel Horse taking apart the washer. It's somewhere in there. I assume in the back there it's full of socks. Chef Matt, morning from Eastern Washington University's front door. Eastern Washington University's front door. That's how I should say it. The Hool. Run non-ELD for 8 days. Have no ELD working, you're going to tow truck or lowboy. Mechanic comes to you. Look, you can't run it more than 8 days. Otherwise, you have to fill a form out. Then you can. But the company's required to fix it in 8 days. That's what I'm telling everybody because Rand McNally, if it isn't 8 days now, it's close. And you're not allowed to run more than that without it. So your company, if you're a company driver, should have already gone in and filled this goofy form out because it's not like it's not a known thing, but they still have to go fill this form out so that you can run paper logs longer than that. Aviator Trucker XM was who when it started. When he merged with Sirius was horrible. Oh, when it merged, right. Some channels only have 18 songs that play over. That's true, but look, I like it because anywhere you go, you get the same channel. So I've been a huge fan of it ever since, close to when it started. And you don't lose your channel. So I'm a huge fan, other than if you're down like Cash King Trucking in the mines. Other than that, you get it. DIY semi-trucking and more. What is up? What's happening? Snow's going on today, I'll tell you what. Wonder if the DOT is losing revenue due to ELDs. Columbia George, no, they said they just get different tickets. So, like the number one violation is form and manner violations. They're still getting this. The number one of those is people not putting their trailer number on their log. Yep, so they still get that stuff. And that's something that the company can't correct. So, Kitchen Cop, it's snowing in Cincinnati. Hard? Is it snowing hard? I got to go to the Natty later tonight. That's what the kids say. Paul Harris, can you email your logs from the ELD? Yes. Would this be recommended at the end of the day so you have a copy? You could do that if you can get a copy of it that way, and then if it ever went down, you wouldn't have to recreate the last week. You'd at least have those and only have to start that day. So, yeah. If you think they're going to go down often, yeah. Aviator Trucker XM used to have great live shows and even great truck channel. Now, if you turn on and hear Johnny Cash, one piece at a time, 9 times a day. What it used to take 2 weeks to hear it again. I don't know why, considering they have like every song ever made, they have channels for everything. Why there's not a larger selection on some of the channels? Try channel 71. You'll enjoy it. Kelly, my trucker strike is scheduled for the 24th of December through the 31st. He get paid. He get paid for all that. That's pretty good. And maybe that guy will go along and we can strike during that time. Donkey Bite is cranky today. Chris, happy Roller Wiener Cyber Monday. Oh, that's right. We're supposed to go buy things. My transmission won't go into gear, so I have an unplanned vacation in Mississippi. Oh, I love when that happens. I've had them where they won't shift. I love when the automatic, and you're going and it won't shift. You can stop at a light, and it just stays in ninth or whatever, and you have to downshift it, and you're like, oh, this thing's about to go in the shop. Well, that's my Christmas vacation. Yeah, that's pretty good, though. That's, half the drivers are off during that time? It's the best time to drive because you can find plenty of parking. And I did notice that coming back Wednesday night, going by the TA there, which I could see all the paid parking. There were several trucks in the paid spots at the TA there at the 130 in Indiana on I-65. Why are we paying? The lot was like half full, so I thought that was really something. Fleet Nav Systems. ELDs are supposed to be able to transfer logs by two methods. I think that email and web services are the two main methods. FMCSA prefers web services and no lag. Right. I was making fun of the strike. Yeah, we shouldn't make fun of something as serious as a strike where there'll be several dozen people participating. Dozen. All socks are twins that desperately want to be an only child. I know that. I still have a sock. I don't know. I'm going to put it in my drawer, I guess, because I keep anything cotton for the car. Things that are cotton. It's Mr. Plow. I appreciate it. We're going to need you. We're going to need you tonight too. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Socks and that we'll use for waxing the car, shining, that kind of thing. Rags, and then they go off to wherever they go. Trucking company for tanking New York City area and northern New Jersey. Island Transport, if you can get in with them. All right, Island Transport. Very lax, no ELD here, and you're not moving until it's fixed. Well, that's pretty good. Hey, Cash is King Trucking is here. What's going on? Straight from the mines to our mind. Chris Keller, hello. Have you even, you're not even live streaming over there yet? Have you even write out strips and filing your paperwork if a mechanic moves the card in the ELD? I said once before, why don't the developers of industrial areas provide truck parking and not all this fancy landscaping that only blocks your view? Well, George Wilson, I agree with you that these places, especially around industrial areas, should provide more parking. But then I walk around the back of a truck stop, just like the rest of everybody, and that's why they don't provide it, right? I mean, they would have to have somebody either fix damage or clean it. You know, they'll have to hire something, and so that's probably why they don't do it. We're our own problem a lot of the times. I mean, the back of the truck stop is disgusting. There's no reason for it. Chris Colored, 48 and sunny in Bakersfield. Well, super nice. The snow's not too bad right now, but it's starting to stick. Kitchen comp, yikes. They need to get out there and get the liquid salt and stuff down. Let's get this going. Trucker Beetle Bailey is here. Hello there. What's happening? Alexander, it's snowing in Nashville. Yikes. You're on a side street with a flat tire, and there's a tanker driver next to blocking the rest of the road. Wow. It's snowing all the way to Nashville? Now, they won't do anything with it down there. I can't imagine them getting that much snow. Technology's not flawless. I like that backup, so if you're prepared if you have a system failure, Paul Harris, look, that's not a bad idea. If you want to just hit it and email the thing to you every day, you'd at least have them. If the next day it doesn't come on or whatever, you'd have all the rest of them because you only have to recreate the logs that you don't have. So, T-Man, afternoon, people. Hope everyone had a great turkey day. It was super good. We're live streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. with DriveWise. That's right. On Waystation Bypass. It'll be live Q&A after the interview, so if you have any questions, bring them in to DriveWise. Hey, why don't you spell your name right? That's what I would ask those people. How about that? What irritates me about SiriusXM is when you hear a song, then 5 minutes later jump to another channel and hear the same song. Yeah, they should like talk to each other, or in the computer it should be like, oh, this song was just on another channel, and so let's boot it out of there. They have the whole history of songs. Let's get some different songs going on there. Been taking hazmat for years because at CDL school I had a failing food grade. Paying for satellite radio is useless. There's just too much free stuff on a smartphone. I'm paying for the connection, unlimited data, so why not burn as much as possible? I just like it. I mean, I like satellite radio. I get the same channel. You don't always have a good internet connection, but you always have a good channel connection as long as you're not, underneath a roof or whatever. So I don't lose my channel. And I'm using my phone for other things, too. I'm going to slow it down. I'm also using it as a GPS. I don't have a separate GPS. I run my phone for that. So I got that running on it, too. So Kevin is here. I made it. It's Mr. Plow's a great handle, especially now. Land is expensive, and after hours, dark parking turns into the Wild Wild West. Yeah, the parking lot will turn into Ontario, California. That's a problem. And then there'll be a lawsuit for liability and say, well, you authorized, or you made this lot so drivers can park in it, so now you have some kind of obligation. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with it, I could see, easily. We just had snow flurries in St. Louis. Aviator Trucker, Thursday is supposed to be 40% chance. All bets are on. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad there. The way it looked, it was coming up. I think we're good at the moment. Mr. Plow drives a bread truck stocking shelves at Walmart. Hey, I'll take it. Sunny but chilly in Arkansas today, home of Walmart. Good morning, Mark from Allentown. Donovan Little, what's happening out there? Are you living in Allentown? Then they're helping all those lonely housewives fill pools. Any Cyber Monday roller wiener deals? Yeah, roller wieners should be 4 for $3 today on Cyber Monday, and they ship to your home warm and are delivered within 2 days. When they are packed, they are warm. Call my way to Grand Rapids. Hey, Canadian Tanker Yanker, hello there. What's happening? I noticed more semis on the road today that come to pass you and then just decide to hang on your side. Yes, this is another aggravating thing. That and when you move over, which I rarely do anymore because of this, and then Gooberhead gets on the interstate and then sits there rather than letting you get back up or whatever. You've let him over, so I rarely do it. The ramp is the one that merges anyway, so either get going or get back there. Caleb is late. All right, sorry about that. What's the topic? Well, I got several things going on here. Like the COVID vaccine. Looks like January, February, phase 2 will be truck drivers. Is everybody in on getting it? First people will be like nurses, doctors, nursing homes. Next are essential workers, which the government says are drivers and that kind of thing. So, yeah, maybe January, February. We're living here in Allentown. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. The roller wieners, are you depressed or something? Hey. Who would be depressed once they have a wiener? Amid they're closing all the factories down. I couldn't get all of it right. Big Country Catfish is on the way to Grand Rapids. Well, good luck. When are you going to get there? Friday, I hope, because looks like tonight, lake effect. I heard of suicide by cop and suicide by truck stop food. It just takes longer, right? It takes longer. Getting over in California at 55 can we get some stock reports? Yeah, stocks yellow is 614, about the same last week, but PAM went down to 46.11. USA truck is also down almost $1 to 909, and the USX stayed pretty much stable at 757. So that's the morning report, and also the farm report coming up soon. This day owes you a beer already, Alexander. They can't owe you a beer yet. It's level 1. Holy moly. Well, you'll get paid for some time there, and hey, look at it as like a little break in the snow. No vaccine, I'm too essential. Chris, yeah, I mean, they were talking about that it's possible companies could mandate it. So we'll see. But it looks like January, February, drivers would be in the second phase of people that would be available to get it. So you might be able to get it. And no idea yet on the cost or how that would work. One of them is 2 shots, and one of them is just a single shot, so I'm not sure. My yard is supplying the CO2 to make the drives for the vaccine. Going to be nuts for the next while, I think, and plenty of money. Canadian Tanker, yeah. I cannot believe or imagine how much dry ice they're going to need and how they're going to ship this stuff. They said, look, it would ship okay in a reefer that goes to minus 22, but I remember mine only went to minus 20. Do they go to minus 22 or minus 30 now on the display? Minus 20 was the max that I could set it. And when you did that, that was usually an ice cream load. And it would just run. It would never stop running. So even though it would be start-stop, it would never stop. COVID-19 should be for the politicians. If they survive, then it's good. Some of them have actually come out and said they'll take it. They'll take it on video. So, yeah. Although we don't know what they're taking, but some of them have said they will take it. Weird got yelled at today because if you work hard, you're making the slackers stress and feel bad. Really? So now hard work stresses out people that aren't working. Well, that's pretty good. You have a fork report? Yeah, nice. That's coming up after Bill Handel on the Law. What's with the sign-on bonuses? Andrew Hurricane. Had to block so many emails from carriers advertising the outlandish fine print bonuses, mainly PTL. Yeah, what they're doing, some places, I've seen now $15,000 at places, and I'm seeing a lot of $8,000 to $10,000 sign-ons where I would never see one before. Kroger out there in Shelbyville, home every day, is running a $10,000 sign-on bonus in Shelbyville, Indiana. That's crazy. Alexander, I don't care. Today has hit terrible. I hate waiting for police to unscrew a screwed up situation. That's true. So we'll PBR you. Or Schlitz. Only the best. How's it over in the pond in Sweden? Yeah, how is it going over there? I'm not taking the vaccine right away. I like buying It's like buying a truck motor. It's first year on the market. I'm waiting to see how it works out. We all know how the Max Forces worked out. Those were pretty good, right? People actually got to like those. Oh, maybe they didn't. Yeah, that's the problem. The other problem is, will your company mandate it or recommend it? That's the thing. Some companies, I think, will mandate it. Some already mandate flu shots. Not trucking companies, really, but they have talked about that. So, you never took the flu vaccine. I'm not going to take one for this virus. That'll be pretty interesting. What do you think about GP Transco for an owner-operator? I don't know. This guy Trucks is an owner-operator over there. I don't even know their owner-operator program. They don't. They're not as big on it, I guess, as company drivers. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. And I'm not an owner-operator. So for me, it'd be a no just because I don't want the hassle of being an owner-operator personally. But it may be a good deal. I'm just not in it. I know the super singles have better traction and performance if you only run them at 95 PSI, Aviator Trucker. Wow, really? The theory is, I've always thought, that the width of a super single is less than the width of two regular singles. So, in theory, you should be putting more weight down per square inch of tread on the ground. It should bite better. That's what I've always thought. I've never had them, but it should work. That's why snow tires, you get winter tires, are thinner so that you put more weight down per tire. Although when I got them on my car, which I may get to test them today, they're the same size. So we'll see. But my theory's always been, since they're less square inches of tread on the ground, more weight per square inch should bite better. Should. Got to be careful with the sign-ons. It's a spike in business. You could get a decent job and then hosed when the rates and loads go back to normal. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you just never know. You never know that anywhere. If you're at a place you like, stay there. I'm drinking beer, listening to this hilarious Diet Santa Claus called Roller Wiener on YouTube. Yes, exactly. My company won't mandate it. It's a 5-truck fleet. Oh, the owner's not even going to take it. Yeah, so I think you're probably clear on it. I think it'll be larger places that may, they'll do. They might even have somebody at their place that gives it out to you. I think mega carriers would mandate it. They might have it right during their orientation. That's just the next room you go into. As you go through all the little rooms or whatever, that'll be the next room. I know super singles run better in wet weather and have better performance if they're kept at 95. Yeah, I'm thinking, the square inches on the ground. That's how I'm thinking about it. You had the virus in September, and they're still going to want me to do the vaccine. Probably. Because they're saying that people that have had it, which I think I had it in January, personally, although I never got tested at that point, way back in January. But they say people that had it, it only lasts, 5-6 months is your immunity from it. So, yeah, they might still want you to take it. Is there a company that builds self-contained units that can be moved with a forklift and will keep negative temperatures for transport? Yeah, there is. Right, there's a company that builds these. Yeah, I assume they're going to have some kind of way to put it and then fill it with dry ice or whatever. But they actually talked about having a reefer that went to minus 22, and I thought, mine only went to minus 20. I never had a reefer that went that cold. The Kitchen Cop says GP Transco pays owner-operators 80% of the loan. All right. Right now, I think that'd be pretty good, probably. Winter tires have different rubber mix and different tread. Oh, absolutely. I have these Firestone Winter Force 2 tires on my car. Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are all kinds of sipes in them, and they're super soft because I got them on early because I needed tires anyway. I thought I'm just going to put winters on, and I drove them. Some days it was 90 degrees, and they are really soft when it's 90 degrees out. I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want to, long distance them at 90. I've had bad luck with super singles and muddy lots. But see, I think part of that is the tread. So, Mark, are you saying that yellow is the black or is yellow in the red? Well, yellow is currently better than it was. So I would say it's kind of blackish. Ever wonder since deregulation, the only thing that regulated is the driver? That's true. That's true, right. Now they regulate all of our time. Which really, the log hasn't changed that much. Wondering if shipper receivers require driver have the shot. Well, but we don't go inside as much anymore. They can come out to the road and get the trailer if not allowed at the dock. Yeah, but what people are telling me, right, is you don't have to go inside as much, and which can be a problem. They won't let you in the building at some places. And how would you prove it? I mean, say a shipper or receiver wants you to have the shot. Okay, and they say nobody comes through here without the shot. How do you prove it? Do you bring your shot record from when you're a kid? Will there be a special place you have to sign up? That's what I'm thinking. that everybody will sign in and then they can just look for your name, kind of like another clearinghouse, a COVID clearinghouse. That's an interesting idea. So every shipper and receiver can get your whole medical history. That doesn't seem right. How wide is the super single? 445s are the ones that I've seen. 455s. And so, but if you have a 275 tire, two of those is more than that, right? And you have two of them. That's what I'm saying. Watching Blue Ribbon Logistics last night, they were on 140 PSI on the super singles, and they have better traction. Wow, 140 PSI. Low air wears the tire and costs fuel. That's probably true. Supers are 435 or 465. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right in there. That's less than two singles. Yeah, they run 3 axles and super singles on the trailers. Kroger's all pallets and pallet jacks, not too much work by my standards. Right. For you, that'd be like a break for you. You'd be taking a break, Misty. You'd be like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever. They also mentioned if you talk to drivers, you get 100 different opinions. That's the truth. Some use super singles up front. I've seen those on some trucks. I was going to major in cryogenics, but the subject just wound up leaving me cold. Aviator trucker. Wow. Wow. The wheels on the metric system, yes. So are our tires and our drinks, apparently. Red is the new black. Thank you, Captain Janeway. I see people putting Weiner tires in 4x4 full-size pickups. I live in the north. Rarely even need to use my 4x4. Canadian tanker yanker. I'll tell you what, on the Escape, it activates. Right, I had that last year. It's all-wheel drive. And you can watch the little display, and it goes tire to tire. And so I'm waiting for my car to get these winter tires out there, and I should be good to go. There's no fuel surcharge here. Diesel's expensive, so fuel savings are the key. So it's all in the rate. I mean, what's the difference between getting $1.50, say, and 50 cents for fuel, or $2 on the rate, right? As long as the rate comes out, the fuel surcharge doesn't matter. Can anyone recommend good cold weather gloves for unloading in the cold and throwing chains? Oh, something waterproof. I use Pursuit vehicle tires on my old Police Crown Vic all season and rated for potholes and train tracks. Nice. That would be a nice car to see. I would hate to experience a super single blowout. You would be on the side of the road like a car blowout, right? Did you see our video last week on the new support agent, Sarah, who's an over-the-road driver? That was a fun one. I have not seen that. I'll have to go watch it. They might make you bring medical records. Are they going to just ask for, here's my medical card from when I was a kid, my shot record, here's my polio vaccine and everything? I mean, by the way, nobody says anything about that. Isn't that curious? That's a bad disease, too. Has anyone asked you to prove you had a polio vaccine? Dwight, who do you drive for, Mark? Asking for a friend who's not here on the channel today, I see. Yeah, well, people ask me this. I bring this up every once in a while. For people that are new to the channel, I do this every week, and I don't really say who I work for. That keeps them out of my videos, right? Then I don't have to mess around with them saying, oh, you can't say that. And also, I don't recruit for them, which I recommend also for people. Don't mention the place and don't recruit for them on the internet. And that's how I do it. How do you guys use some kind of GPS tracking like Geotab? I know there's a lot of fuel saving stuff you can track with Geotab. That could help. Oh, maybe. Sometimes when you get stuck behind an Eastern truck, it smells like they're burning old trailer tires and diapers. Yuck. Yuck. That sounds like the trucks we get stuck behind here that pull Amazon trailers. There's already a COVID clearinghouse in progress for the airlines. Oh, we got an email about that because the wife travels every year, at least once a year, maybe twice, to see her son in Seattle. And she flies Delta, and they're talking about mandating a vaccine before you can fly or travel. So, yes, we were looking into that. Delta is the way to really fly, by the way. When a super single goes out, you have to stop right away. Otherwise, your rim will get mangled. Right, like a car. You're stuck. Any opinions on Amistad Freight? Oh, no, but I like the name of it. George Wilson, job is bad. I would never take any vaccine or medicine because the company mandated it. It's unconstitutional. Yeah, well, they did talk about that. As you know, I'm not a lawyer. You should contact your local FMCSA field office for that advice. But they did say the government wouldn't be able to mandate it, most likely. But your company could, because it's at will. So they could say to work here, you need to get that vaccine. So, because you don't have a right to that job. That's the problem. Did you put those Firestones on a Ford Pinto, Columbia George? Haha, no. They're on my Chevy Sonic. So that's what they're on. It needed tires. They were all dry rotted from sitting. So I got 4 Firestone Winter Force 2s on it. COVID certificate of vaccine for infectious diseases. Yeah, I could see you having to provide that, laminate it and show it. Yeah. Alexander, according to the cop, you're in the wrong. Oh, forget that cop. Tell him they love it when you poke them in the chest and say, I pay your salary. They all love that. Run studded Nokians on my four-wheeler. Well, yeah, where you are. They make them there. And I looked at those, too. They were like 3 times as much money. And considering the miles I put on, it didn't make any sense for me. John Nettles, your company should send a notice to the receiver that the driver has had their shot. Well, they should. But what if you don't? That's the same problem, though. So you would have to still be required to get it. That's still like a mandate. And I agree the company should do that. For international travel, going to or from countries, I had to show proof of vaccination for yellow fever. I suspect COVID will be the same. That's for international would be interesting. They're talking about local travel. You'd have to get it so that you didn't have to quarantine wherever you're going. Also, local meaning within the country. Check your inbox on Twitter when you can. Going to send some graphics your way. Trucking tips. All right. My inbox on Twitter. I haven't been over there in a while. It's all dusty. So be careful when you put anything in it. All the dust will come out of it. Change the normal truck wheel in the field. Not doing that again. Oh, forget that. That's for them to do. Yikes. Not get mud and snow, not mud and sand. These are snow. My tires, my Firestones are snow. Dedicated 3-peak winter rated with the snowflake symbol snow tires. They should have no problem into 20, 30 below zero. I asked 20 drivers. I got 100 opinions. There's a lot of mental illness in this industry. Well, but he has their own idea of something. I'm just saying what I think is going to go on. That large number in the tire size, not the width. It's the entire square centimeter cross section. Exactly. The second number is the percentage of width to the height of the sidewall. The third is the rim. Exactly. You know anything about a company called Freight Tech as a lease purchase? No, Dave Johnson, I don't. And I would. Any Illinois lease purchase already is a problem. It already scares me, especially Illinois. They're not going to be like out of Peoria, probably. It's going to be some Chicago suburb lease purchase, and that's a problem. Driving for Flying Roller Weiner LLC. That would be a great name. I'd put wieners all over the truck. Don't mix work and social media. Oh, I know. So many drivers get problems with that. Don't risk it. Chris Keller says, I never suggest lease purchase. That's just paying the truck note and expenses as a company driver. Yeah, you're basically, most places, you're buying yourself a job. Sometimes you get a slight pay raise, but not enough to make it worthwhile because you've taken a large risk and don't get enough of an incentive, really. You lose all your benefits. Trucking tips. I've been thinking about that. Was looking for the money, but that being said, it makes sense. Yeah. Is the Delta the company that beats up their customers, or was that United, Canadian Tanker Yanker? I don't know. Delta will not let you on without a mask. They just booted another guy out of St. Louis for that kind of thing. So, I mean, they might slap you around a little bit, but not bad. Company just bundled with some free stuff, and they're golden. Ha! Trucking tip. Sonic is a little fun car. You may never have been in one. You have an all-wheel drive Charger. That would get around good, too. If it gets too bad, I guess we can always switch to the Escape, which should be no problem getting through with all-wheel drive. Columbia George, you know that Marvin does not drive Prime because he doesn't on the internet. Who's Marvin? A few days ago, Marvin the Martian. That's the first thing I thought about. A few days ago, government and CDC having a meeting on who should get it first. Truckers were on the list. Yeah, they were saying phase 2. The first would be, they talked about the actual first would be people over 65, people with a lot of problems, medical problems, and people like at nursing homes, doctors, and then right up next, truckers. Yeah, because the government loves us, right? Does rain and snow on all-season tires? Yeah, right, exactly. Same with the Escape. If I was a lawyer, I'd be smelling dollar signs with any damages for mandatory vaccines. Well, they talked about that. If you say you had to take a vaccine, this was just what they were saying in the article. You were required by your company, and then it made you sick. You had a bad reaction to it. That could be a workman's comp claim because you're required by work to do it. And so it wouldn't just be like you going to get it if you're required to do it. And in my opinion, I think you should get paid for that time if they make you go do it because work is making you do it. And I think you would legally have to log it. Anything a motor carrier requires you to do has to be logged. So that time would be logged time. Former aircraft mechanic, I don't fly anymore. Is it because of that? In America, anything smaller than a 79 Eldorado is a small and fun car. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, this would fit in the Eldorado's glove compartment. James is getting a pay raise tomorrow, 55 cents at Salson Logistics. Nice. Where's all this money come from, these companies? If they're offering $10,000 for drivers to come and work for them, I think they will overlook the vaccine mandate. Kevin, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, all these companies putting all this money out, you could say, well, and it might not be a bad idea for changing companies now to ask them. Say, hey, what are you going to do? Is this, is this going to be mandatory at your company if you're changing companies? That's another question maybe people should ask now. Never had a tractor super single blow up, but I've had several blow on different trailers over the years. I see trucks on the side every once in a while. Not much. You'll see them with the super single and the gigantic tire sitting there or whatever. Yeah, you just sit and wait for a car, a tire to be replaced. No big deal. I don't know, a couple a year on a regular trailer, so. If I don't have my shots and haven't been fixed, how's anybody going to adopt me? That's true. Ain't no roadside service when you're wearing green. Oh, that's terrible. ShipX is offering 2 weeks pay to their drivers who get COVID. Really? I'm at Garrison at the moment and no such luck. I didn't see that. Is that on their site? 2 weeks pay to get COVID. Wow. So basically what, $1,200? No, $2,200. I think they're $1,170 or something like that. Worth getting it if you can live through it. 20 years from now, you'll see the lawyer commercials. Were you harmed by COVID shot? Oh, yeah, I'm surprised we don't see those already. Hey, if you're about to get harmed, please call us in advance and get on the list. I mean, that's certainly possible right now. ACUS, thank you very much. Please tell me if becoming a millionaire in trucking business is realistic. Yeah, absolutely. Becoming a millionaire is possible in anything. If so, how? I'll start out with $2 million, right? Where are my owner-operators? High five me. All right, I thought that was pretty funny. No, you can become a millionaire in trucking. I really think you could. Go live in the truck and save your money. Yeah, and then invest it or just save it. What if you saved $50,000 a year? Living in the truck, 20 years is $1 million. So seriously, that's $1 million and you could become a millionaire in the truck. Yes. Lots of ways to do it. People don't do it, but it's certainly possible. 2 tires, 295 22s are 5 inches wide, including the gap, compared to one super single. They make the entire width of the wheelbase from side to side narrower. So it should, theoretically, give you better traction. You just got Cooper all-terrains installed on your pickup truck. See, that's not a full road tire. If you look at a trailer with super singles, the width is less, so in a sense, you're more apt to be top-heavy. Easier to flip. All right, it depends where the outside of the tires are. That's an interesting way to do it. A centimeter's right. We don't know what that is here. Spring Valley is my home. That's pretty good. I think you work for Campbell 66 Humping It Please. Boy, that, I wish I could see another one of those trailers when people have been bringing it up. Dwight, no nervousness here, just seeing too many mechanics making too many mistakes. That's everywhere. Except in the air, it's worse. I think United was the one that broke a guy's face in for not taking a voucher. All right, well, I guess next time he'll take a voucher. Here's your voucher. Glad I sold my truck in 99. Wow, get back in now so you can go buy that truck back now. A friend of mine was looking to do that lease purchase. Not me, I'm happy where I'm at, Dave Johnson. Yeah, I would recommend no to him, especially some kind of Illinois company. This is already starting out to be a problem. As let's say we speak and then 7 more languages at the bottom. Companies would not be offering no money down and walk-away lease if it was not profitable for the company. Right, how does the company make money? Oh, and Baylor was running an ad on Facebook this week, which I thought was pretty funny. And somebody asked him, Indiana 43824, somewhere, some zip code. How about me? What's the story? They go, and he said, I have 3 years of experience. And Baylor themselves answered and said, yeah, 2 weeks out, 45 cents a mile. And I thought, 45 cents a mile for some guy with 3 years experience? Really? I mean, I'm not seeing that anymore. 45 cents. And 2 weeks out? I thought 3 years you can do better than that. When you lease purchase from a company, you're basically paying them to have your job. Yeah, you're buying your job. You're saying, I'll buy all this equipment, and I'll do the same job as everybody else with no benefits as well. So when I go home, you don't have to pay me anything. And they're like, oh, great. The Horton David, hello from Denver. All right, a couple people in Denver today. Paul Vines, hello there. Becoming a millionaire, start with $2 million. There it is, Trucker Hershey. No, seriously, if you live in the truck, You could just save your money. Only have a cell phone bill. Don't have a place to live. Stay in the truck. I mean, that's one way to do it, right? Save $50,000 a year. Even $40,000 a year, 25 years is $1 million. And if you continued to do that, you'd retire easily a multimillionaire because you'd save and get interest over the time. So yeah, absolutely. Trucking tips. I sent you a link to settlements. I'll walk you through it when you're ready. I assume you use OBS. I do. To stream elements. Okay, yes, I certainly do. I guess maybe if you just happen to get a few thousand free trucks, you could start buying trucks and put them on the road. There's lots of ways to do it. Aaron, lawyers that own my trucking 6,000 plus tractors, company could make you mandate you be vaccinated per OSHA to ensure a safe workplace. Yeah, that's what they were suggesting, is it could be a mandate. Best local job, tanker, Yaker, XBO. Depends what you want. What do you want to do? Well, not LLC kind of work, but what do you want to do? Do you want to run a tanker? Go run it. There's plenty of tanker drivers on here that make tons of money. Red Monkey Trucking is here. Hello. I hope they keep you running over the holiday. No, Dwight. Ginger. That's terrible. She's up there. I put her up on the screen for the whole time. That way we can watch her all the... that way we can always watch her. I don't know if we can get the Ginger. Where did I find that? Oh, there she is. Right. There she is, right. Most of them are males, too, just so you know. So she came out to be unusual. And that's probably not her current position, I would say. Because I don't see her out here. Read the fine print on the bonuses. Yeah, most of them were paying, well, the one was paying $12,000, $1,000 a month. It was pretty straightforward. It goes, we're straightforward. Every 30 days, another $1,000. As long as you stay here. So I thought that's not bad for a year. I mean, at the end of a year, you made an extra $12,000. Our super single's better in snow. I don't know. I haven't driven them. Who's driving them out in the snow right now? It's not the size that matters. It's what you do with it. Oh, very good. Smith Trucking in Minnesota. A new Kenworth, fully equipped, mandatory outward and inward camera. That's coming. Super singles have a 2-inch offset or 0 offset. Uh-oh, now we're into offsets. We're about to get to math. Garrison tried their best to get me to lease. No thanks. I agree. Super singles are junk. Case life shorter and tire gets harder. Waste of money. Wonder why companies put them on. Are they cheaper to buy? Is one of those cheaper to buy than 2 regular tires? Do I haul dry van or reefer? Just dry van at the moment. Met a girl making $160,000 a year. That's pretty high, but it's probably possible. I think that's pretty high. To use Adobe products just to read PDF files. I tried living in my truck, got injured, ended up homeless for a few days. Well, I found a place to live while I recovered. Now I'll keep a rental just in case. Well, Ghost Rider, which I like that name. You wouldn't have to do that. Let's say you're saving $700 a week. Okay, that's low. That's $35,000 a year. So say you got injured. Okay, at that point you can just go get a place to live, and you wouldn't have to be homeless. You can go immediately to a motel because you've been saving $700 a week for week after week. You have plenty of money to just go flop down a card and go to a motel. $100 a night, bingo, you got a room. So, or for Cash is King Trucking, $18 a night, and you got a room. Either way, you can just go get a place after you've saved just for a few weeks. So I wouldn't keep a rental just in case I need a place to live. I can just go do that immediately. For $3.99 a week, you can rent a long-term place. Lawyers are the ones who make the money. Drivers are just the seat warmers. That's everywhere. Finally got moved off the road, Alexander. Yeah, this is not starting out a good week for you. I just saw U.S. Express 30,000 sign-on for team. Yeah, part of that, they've had these big bonuses. Part of it, though, is like time off and stuff. It's not really a total money, at least not the way they used to do it. They may have changed that, but it wasn't all money. It was only partly money. Always viewed lease operator gigs as being the granddaddy of Uber Lyft. They're just sharecropping. You accept an Uber, you already got to have a car. Here, at least you're using their truck. No super singles. They're bad in the snow. I'll take your word for it. I haven't had a girlfriend in 6 years. I'm super single. Good. That's another way to make $1 million. Depends on the buying power of the company. Our company, 35 per recap. That's huge. That's a good price. Super singles seem like they have better traction. They should have better traction. I met her at the shop. She lived out of her super sweet truck. Horton David. It's still better to have size. You don't have to work as hard. Change the last word too much. $100 a night for a hotel. Who are we talking about? The king of Taiwan? I know. Cash King. I said 100 and I thought, oh, crap. Cash King Trucking is that's a week for him. But for the rest of us, 100 a night. But yeah, for you, $18. Aaron, but we're ordering $10,000 per month, so $35 a tire. Well, yikes. Super singles are good for 20 to 35 tons, not for 40 tons. So if you're running light, it was not a problem. I've heard they like super singles for less weight. You lose a rim and 2 sidewalls per location. Chris Murphy, Mark, catching another stream from my truck in the port of Oakland. Wow, at least you're not going to get any snow like the Midwest here today. Uber allows you to lease cars now for $200 a week. That's so convenient. For $200 a week, you can lease a car. I guess you wouldn't have to worry about all the miles and stuff you put on it, I hope. Oh, Roger Moore, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you're welcome. I like that little guy. Great handle name Diesel Sharecropper. Yeah, that's pretty good. Joe Ritchie, hello. Hey, from Great Plains Transport. We hope you and everyone had an awesome Turkey Day. I did. I thought it was a great day and there's a great day at Great Plains. We're going to get the snow and you're not. How about that? For one time. Of course, it won't be 43 below zero, which is what I assume it is there already. But, yeah, there you go. Anyway, it's good to see you here today. I'm really considering going back to finish orientation at ShipX. The guaranteed salary is a plus and free medical. Yeah, I think so. I believe they're the only over-the-road company to offer that kind of deal. JCT offers hourly. I've seen hourly for them. But they're one of the few places that offer a guaranteed salary. Central Oregon Truck has a salary type of system as well. Oh, wait a minute. There might be somebody else that has a salary pay. I'm not sure. Yeah, salary pay. That could be another place to do. Salary. I know a super car hype. I like it. I knew a mechanic who had to go on 6 weeks disability because he wrenched his arm. Yikes. Miles, maintenance, insurance, and registrations included. Okay, so when you get that car, you don't have to worry about anything, which is good. All you got to do is worry about not making too much money. It depends. You'd have to work to make your car payment. Kitty Link, sorry I'm late. I guess you could, I guess at least you'd have a car to drive on your off time, I suppose. I'll probably do a video about this week, but who saw the Samsara thing? I love it. Samsara is a truck video camera system where they watch you and watch the road, among other, their suite of products. Their camera now, I just saw it today, will be able to detect whether you're wearing a mask. The camera that faces you in the truck will be able to detect whether you have a mask on or not. That's what they said. And companies will be able to live stream the view. That's what they said. Companies always say we can't do that. Samsara put that out there today, that absolutely companies can do it. They'll be able to look at you exactly, live stream the view, and see if you have a mask on. It has mask detection technology. Doesn't that beat all? Mask detection technology. Aaron, keep your tires rotated correctly and balanced to get longevity out of each casing. Yeah, they don't do that here. Yeah, they just leave them on there until they wear out. Proper credit of $50 per tire. That's how the company keeps tire costs low. Here they just run them until they wear out and take them off. And I've asked them, why don't you want to rotate these? Oh, no, they're fine. No, I said, okay, I'm not paying for them. Trucking tips, good to know. I'll check them out. Gonna have to find some content for us. All right. Yeah, us. Roger Moore. I've not heard good things about ShipX. Spoken to several other former drivers. I don't know. I mean, I got okay reviews of ShipX. ShipX is our competitor. $65 a year plus bonus up to $1,500 a month. We're close to the same pay. I know insurance is better and more affordable. Yeah, just because insurance is low cost or whatever doesn't mean that it's good or not. People got to look at, not necessarily the price, but what does it cover? Does it cover the things you need? I've seen places that say insurance is $4 a week or whatever, but, it has a $15,000 deductible. What good is that? Huh. Roger Moore, GP uses Samsara. Nice. You would not have to have the camera turned on towards you at GP Transco unless you wanted to. Roger Moore, I don't wear a mask in the truck. They said some companies, this was in the Samsara thing, that some companies do have a mask in the truck, and they require it, and so they've got the technology now to see if you're wearing a mask. Some companies require that you have it on all the time. They did comment it was mostly for ambulance services, but they said it would be across the board, so a company could see whether you have a mask. Maybe they'd say, look, if you get out of the truck, you have to put a mask on. So then they could watch and see before you get out of the truck, do you put a mask on? That kind of thing. The thing is, the camera can see where they have a mask. and it'll send an incident to the company or beep at you. It was up to the company. Cash is King Trucking. The Uber car lease is done through Hertz. I guess it's Hertz way of trying to stay in business. Oh, that must be the only way they keep going. Hertz, let's use Uber drivers. At least we get our $200 in advance. I guess $200 a week is not bad anyway. But, well, I guess it depends on what kind of car it is. Can you get like a Cadillac or something? Ooh, CT5. Okay, King Trucking, thank you very much. A great show. Be sure to tip your host. I appreciate that. I'm putting duals on my Toyota Avalon because I hear single tires are dangerous in the snow. I'm dualing them up. The Sonic, I'm spacing those duals out on there. Yeah, singles are too dangerous because what if one blows out? That's always what I get up, and then I say, well, you drive to work in a single, your car. Oh, well, that's a car. I mean, I don't know. Lynx is not capable of doing this. Lytics. Mary, how many hours do you usually work in a day? I work 5 days a week, about 7.5 hours a day if everything goes good. So hopefully that's me. Samsara does cameras and ELDs. Geotab's ELD is better. Well, I'm sure any ELD would be better than a one that watches you wearing a mask. I would say anyone from Fleet Nav System would be the best one to get. JCT is John Christner. No, there's JCT in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that I don't know what the letters stand for. And they pay hourly on the road, which is one of the only places I've seen pay hourly plus overtime on the road. Pretty good. Be interesting to check into, certainly. I don't know where they go exactly. I don't know if it's 48 states, but that's one of the only ones I've ever seen that does that. Oh, Joe Ritchie, goodness. Thanks for being you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. ACUS, I drive my own car as an independent contractor, make 50. Take different deliveries and sleep, shower in my own place. No CDL, big truck problems. What can over-the-road driving give me I don't already have? ACUS. All right, well, you can make more than 50. I will say that. And you're probably putting like a ton of miles on your car. But that's not bad. 50 is gross as an independent is no benefits. Right, that's $1,000 a week, no benefits. If you want to buy all the benefits you'd get as a company driver at a good company, you wouldn't even be able to come close. You need to make a lot more money than that. So imagine making 60, 70, 80,000 and paid vacation. Like I was just off the weekend, right? I got 2 days paid for that. I stayed home. Insurance. So all those kind of things are worth a lot of money. It depends what you want to do, and you don't have to be gone anymore if you don't want to, but you can make a lot more money than that. $1,000 a week is okay, but you can do better if you want to. But if you like your job, keep it, right? I'm asking the truck, don't want to contaminate yourself. Kevin, exactly. Who wants drivers wearing masks while driving? I will tell you, Trucker Hershey, some places it is mandated, and that's why Samsara said they've come out with mask detection technology. I don't want to lick my window, so wear a mask in the truck. Right, that keeps you from licking things. Can you wear a hockey mask only on Halloween? Your thoughts on front-facing camera? I love it. Trucking tips. I think that everybody should have their own, though, because you don't own the footage of the camera if the company owns the camera. You don't own that footage. Get your own camera. That's your footage, and you can do whatever you want with it. Fleet Nav Systems is going to head out. If anybody has ELD questions, you can answer them in 10 minutes. Send them out. Thank you. Let's see. Who is their competition? Is Tribe Express a company owned by Elizabeth Warren? Their slogan is Native American woman-owned business. Electric worry. No. As far as I know, she doesn't have anything to do with Tribe Express. It is owned by a Native American woman, but not Elizabeth Warren, the most famous Native American woman in the United States. Mark, trucking living is awesome to save with a plan, but it's also sad who live in the truck and don't save and are broke for so many years. Yeah, that is always their choice, though, right? I mean, best laid plans of mice and men. It is sad that because we had a driver had this happen here. He died a couple Christmases ago. He worked right until he died, basically. And it's true. Some people live in the truck their whole life and die broke, and that's not great at all. Look, just put $10 away a week for crying out loud. You'll have at least something. My nephew was thinking about getting into trucking. Should I turn him into a Gatorade bottle, Ziploc, or water jug kind of guy? Well, Ziploc is Ziploc is harder to maneuver around, and you'll have to ask him, hopefully Gatorade, that's a little bit easier to use. Why would anyone wear a mask while driving? Only when you get out to deal with people. George Wilson. Look, I'm telling you, Samsara made a big deal about it, that they have customers that say, look, we can detect where they have a mask on and it'll send a message back to your company. It must be a thing places want. Looking for local trucking jobs and any tips? I would like to be home every day. I'm in Texas. Mark, there's plenty of them. Get on Craigslist. That's where I look. And actually, Cash is King Trucking has a whole series of videos where he goes in different cities and looks at jobs. But that's where a lot of companies advertise. It's a cheap way to get to people. There's plenty of local jobs if you want one. And you can call the large companies. Call them up and say, hey, you got local. A lot of them run local drivers around. There's CR England day cabs that run around Indianapolis. So you can get into these local companies and get paid hourly and be home every day. And you'll deliver the local loads for road drivers. So there's plenty of ways to do it. Aviator truck or super singles are $900 a piece. Wow. Companies put them on because it makes the truck lighter and they can haul heavier loads. All right, that makes sense. Red Monkey Trucking GP offers more pay for inward-facing camera. Right, you get 2 cents of your bonus, right, which is 6, I believe. 2 cents of it guaranteed if you agreed to the camera, which I wouldn't. But that's just me. I would forego the 2 cents. Wish Uberman still had his old content. Uberman, a good guy. Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah, Uberman. Aaron, Lytix drive cam that companies use now are capable of this. Okay, they didn't. Lytix must not have announced it. Samsara made a big announcement about it. Ghost Rider's got to go getting loaded. All right, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. I'm here every week. Roger Moore, I want dual steer tires. Oh, that'd be good. They have the dual axles that steer. Joe Ritchie, Cash King needs up his tip. He's making $8,000 a week. I love his show as well. He's got a great show over there, and I appreciate anything that comes my way. Believe me. I work for FedEx Ground Contracting, who pays me hourly plus overtime. After 8, that's good. I'm paid for 40 hours, regardless of working. Sometimes less than that in a week, plus overtime during the week. That's pretty good. Overtime past 8, especially from a contractor, is really good. How to burn diesel fuel. Pour in pot, heat up the auto ignition temperature. Watch your nearest neighbor come from a mile away with roller wieners and some more supplies. Well, that'd be great. If you weren't, make it a parrot always, especially at this time of year. I make $1,200 after tax per week for 2,400 miles dedicated run home weekends. See, that's pretty good. You're at $1,200 with benefits, though. So $1,200 a week plus all the benefits. Where earlier our $50,000 independent is $50,000 gross. You have self-employment tax, all your benefits, all that kind of stuff. Joe Ritchie, I saw in the news that the Fed may make it mandatory for truckers to get the vaccine. I wonder how many will comply. Well, I was talking about this earlier, that some lawyers have suggested that the government itself wouldn't be able to mandate a vaccine for everybody, but companies could mandate it. And it's interesting, would they mandate it over there? Would they mandate the vaccine where you are? It'd be interesting to see the feds mandate it as part of like a commercial license. They could say, well, we're not stopping you from driving. We're stopping you from getting a commercial license. That's pretty interesting. How many would comply? I guess everybody wants to have a job at that point because you'd have to sign into some database. That's pretty good. Doing a Cleveland turn from Buffalo. Definitely going to earn my money. Knife, Dave Johnson. That's about useless tonight. Can you still call off? Is it too late to call off for today? Chris Keller, can I put a mask on the camera? I'm afraid of getting COVID from the camera. It spreads through the lens. That's be interesting to see that on a video when they send you that video. That's the other thing. This place said, Samsara said that they'll be able to text drivers the videos, that the company will be able to text drivers the videos so drivers won't have to come in and get coached, right? They'll be able to send you text. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't open that text. I'm just like that, okay? Anything the company wants me to do, especially with a camera, I am not going to open anything on my personal device from work. If they want me to look at something, it would have to be on their time, and I would expect to get paid for it, and you have to log it. If it's mandated by the company, you have to log it. They can't say you can do training and not log training. That's not how it works. So I would explain that to the company that this will have to be at some other time unless they give me a device, and that time is logged, and I would expect to be paid for it. I would expect to. We'll see what the company says about it. Nobody will do that. People will just do it, watch the video, and not log it. But that time is logged time. Cash King Trucking did a great video on jobs in Houston. Yeah, he does a lot of these different cities. Yeah. The Horton David, we found a guy who passed away in his truck in the yard. That's terrible. To die at work. That's horrible. What my Halloween Richard Nixon mask count for wearing a mask while I'm driving? I'm not a crook. Cash King Trucking. You can only wear those in bank robberies anymore. A day cab end user, that's correct, except the day cab end users here are getting paid hourly. So they're actually getting more for their time than the road drivers that are sitting around there for England. A firmware update just came through Sunday evening. Oh, do you have one of those cameras? 2 cents is extra on the 6 cents bonus. The way they worded it was 2 of the 6. So you can get 8. Is that what you're saying? It would be 8 cents then if you took the 2. I have to wear a mask when I go into my delivery, but they're not required when I'm unloading or driving. Misty. Yeah, I can imagine where you go. They should give you one, really. Which they probably do. Can you imagine wearing one when you're driving all day? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But Samsara said they have companies that are requesting that some places want you to wear it all the time. My company's terminals require a COVID test upon entry if you want home for Thanksgiving. They told us after Thanksgiving, though, nice. I'm dodging terminals. I don't want a false positive. But that's a problem. They did this. Was it Ball State? It was here in Indiana. Everybody was going home. They did them one of those fast tests. They had like 40 positives. So they did a regular test. They were all wrong. Sorry. Or were they? See, then you don't know. Is the next test wrong? Which one's wrong? They shouldn't be able to tell you that after the fact. I will say that. They should be upfront about stuff. Whatever they want you to do, they should at least be upfront about it. Jeez. Super singles will save thousands of fuel over a 3-year period, more than $5,000 a year. Paul Harris. That's a lot of money. That would pay for the tires. The Red Monkey Trucking. Right. Nice. All righty, headed out. Fleet Nav Systems. Join us tomorrow for live stream with DriveWise. All right. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Fleet Nav Systems will be there live tomorrow with the guy from DriveWise and his misspelled name of his company. So 3 p.m. live at Fleet Nav Systems. Super awesome. Thanks for being here. I think I broke my trainee last week. I wound up finishing the unloading for him. Oh, that was that guy that was 60 years old. It's going to take him a little while to get used to it. Tell him to get some Bengay, which they sell in there, and he can use that. First response needs the vaccine first. They said they are going to get it, but they consider drivers to be, necessary. Or you cannot get a stimulus check if you do not take the vaccine. Joe Ritchie. Oh, link it to the check. Wow. Bring in your proof and then or upload the proof and then you get the $1,200. So they pay you to get it. Oh, that's pretty good. Kevin will be part of the physical. That'd be a good way to do it. So on your next physical, you'd have to get it to pass the physical. You have to prove that. See, they don't prove polio. You don't have to have a polio vaccine. You don't have to have smallpox or any of these other weird vaccines. After tax is a meaningless number as everyone's tax situation. It might be different. It might be, but you still have to pay self-employment tax that an employee doesn't have to pay. So after tax, he's making $50 before tax. So it is different for everybody. I agree. We're already taking the vaccine, or at least that's what the guy told me it was. Cash is king. I don't think that's how it gets injected. Was that at the manhole a couple weeks ago when you were down there? Do.com before need to get out of there. Never obey. Which you're obeying out there. Robert, my company hasn't said if they had mandated for the vaccine. Plus, the government cannot mandate vaccines to health or religion or other things like that, period. That's true. But the company is a different story. They talked about that. That for safety of all the other employees, they can mandate that you can't come in their building. You can't work for them without it because it's safe, just like all these shutdowns that have been allowed or whatever. It's going to be up in the air. Would you do it for the $1,200? Fine. There's a tornado watch out for Interstate 76 of Pennsylvania. Oh, that's just what we need. Like a snow-nado. Considering how cold it is. How many bunks are in a Sierra England day cab? They can only fit one there behind the seats, I think. OSHA and the National Institute of Health can mandate workplace safety. I think it's a problem. Mask is a discrimination against bad teeth. Nice. As sad as it sounds, it might be a good thing he died at work. Maybe loved ones can get a little assistance with burial, at least. Hopefully he had life insurance or whatever. And there, I hope everybody gets to finish work before they die, though. I mean, there's so much more to do. I mean, what's the point of being on the planet if you're not going to do something extraordinary? Working is usually not that extraordinary. It's worse than finding a guy that died. They offered me his truck. Lord David, that I believe. And the truck here when the guy died, that was been years, though. As far as I know, that truck went back into service. Sierra England day cabs have 3 beds, a driver's seat, a passenger seat on the floor. You can lay down in there if you're thin. Positive, Steel Horse, positive test, you get 2 weeks at home paid. That's sweet. That's almost worth going to take the test just for every time you get a sniffle. Just think, I'm going to get 2 weeks off without using vacation with pay. As long as you have a positive test. I mean, that kind of thing would encourage people to go take a test if they're sick, because then you get to stay home and not have to worry like, oh, I'm going to have a problem. If you wear it, of course, make it a parrot. I wish places would do that. It would pay you to be home with a positive test. We ever cover Pitt, Ohio, things to consider. They're pretty awful. Really? They don't pay overtime until drivers have been working for them for 3 years? Really? I would think Pitt, Ohio, honestly, would be great. It seems like just more of the LTL companies where you get paid for your time and stuff. Why 3 years? You don't get overtime till you've been there 3 years? Robert Misty, it's healthy to wear a mask when you're exercising or moving a lot, because masks reduce the amount of CO2 your body's taking in, O2, and you can die from breathing. Yeah, look, I don't recommend it, but sometimes you have to wear it. If I'm not here, I have a mask on. It's 60 in Allentown right now. Anywhere I'm with people, anything, any people around at all, mask. I have like a 3-layer cloth mask with a cat on it, of course, right, which gets disinfected every day. It's got a filter that goes in it. Yep. I wouldn't know where to find my vaccine records. I lost my tags. Well, yeah, my doctor, most of your records are as a kid. And, oh my gosh, that doctor, I don't know, he's probably been dead. Who knows how long. I'm assuming that Sierra England day cab has a bench seat. Oh my God. Remember those? Remember, whoever had a bench seat? Was that classic or whatever? I-65 northbound to 465 is closed. The truck flipped. Oh, that's typical. They do that one, and they get on that 70 ramp also and flip around that corner too. Nice. That'll be closed all day then. For the 1200, I'll still not be getting one. Well, that's not a bad way to do it. I think the physical, that's the best way to do it. As drivers have to come in, you could just mandate that as part of your physical, that you either prove the shot or get the shot. Oh, and how much will the shot cost? If you're in extreme upper 20s, retirement is a fantasy. Retirement is, no, not if you're in extreme upper 20s. Retirement is never a fantasy. Donkey Bite, just saw the saddest road call I've ever seen. A big box of Cheetos smashed on the road. 24 bags, that's terrible. That they got every bag. It's 42 and sunny in Denver, that figures. It's like 35 and snow flurries here. Alexander, even the Satanists got a rule on vaccinations. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. So will they go in there? Will the Satanists go in and go, listen, I'm a Satanist and you can't violate my body? I think they'd have a case for it. I think they would have a case. Chris would take it for a couple $1 million. Like they said earlier, you may be able to contact a lawyer later and get that money from it. The mask is as useless as our governor. Whichever one that is, it probably works out. Dave, my company is now bringing new hires to top rate in 6 months just to retain personnel. Yeah, look, let's get people in and get them paid, or they're going to go somewhere else. Robert Daniel, well, in the show industry, we only wear masks when we are not near anyone, and in the show arena as well. Yeah, otherwise, let's get masked up. I mean, nobody wants to die, certainly. Mandates, you get those at the manhole. There are some of those there. Get enough CSA points and marks on your MVR and you'll be retired in no time. That's one way to get out. Look, I tell people, if you want to stop driving or whatever, stop driving and go do something else. I mean, the world needs more of whatever it is that you want to do. If driving isn't it, then go do something else. I mean, you only get one chance through life. Go do what you want to do. Get enough CSA points. Right. I take the vaccine for $2. All right. So it doesn't take much to get you moving in there for that. Mass discriminating against bad teeth. You don't have that problem where you're from, but the further south you go, that becomes an issue. I'll tell you. Are there good jobs in Denver? I'm sure there are good jobs. Any large city should have plenty of good jobs. I mean, Denver is called the Crossroads of America. Isn't that what's on the sign? That's where 94 and 70 meet right there. So there's tons of places there. So a guy picked up a dirty mask on the ground, put it on, and entered the service plaza. He didn't just drop it. Who? All right. Is that a truck driver? I mean, and who would do that? Oh my gosh. Who knows what's been in that? Road construction jobs work for the next 20 years. That's true. You can, right now, snow removal. If you need a job right now, holy mackerel. Indiana's hiring to run their snow plows and stuff. That's something to do. All these states should be putting on for that. They actually just had an ad for school bus drivers, although I don't know how secure of a job that might be. Holy mackerel. Why does Todd Spencer, you know that guy runs OIDA, been there for a long time. He wants to be the head of the FMCSA. He wrote to the Biden administration and says, look, I've been in the industry For a long time, you've been through a bunch of FMCSA heads. How about making me the head of the FMCSA? I've got a lot of time in the trucking industry. We think that's a good idea. Alexander, technically they would have a case based on the grounds of religion. I'm covered. Alexander, yeah, oh no, right. They can't say, this Satanist or whatever is not valid. No. Oh, no. Not with freedom. Whatever you believe is certainly valid, and I totally agree with you. You should just be able to say, look, I just philosophically I don't like it. I don't have to believe in religion to not want a shot. And that should be just as valid as anybody else's religious reason. So I 100% agree with that. Totally. I'm like, I stand with the Satanists right here because it's freedom. You got to support the people whether you agree with them or not, because then you get your freedom too. That's a good idea. I see a lot of masks laying around. We'd have to start picking them up. You love free things. Maybe we could start like a little store. Pre-worn masks. So, pre-worn masks. Todd Spencer. The thing about this, as head of the FMCSA, he all touts his time in the industry, and says, "Oh, look, I'm a former driver," and so I looked it up, and he is a former driver. And I think he's part of the problem of OOIDA at the moment, in that he drove from 1974 to 1981. Okay, that's when he was a driver. So he has 7 years of driving in the 70s. And now, will he become the FMCSA head? I certainly doubt it. But they put out there that, it's possible he wants to take that job. Is that somebody who has current driving experience? He's never even driven under, without the ICC in place. I knew a CDOT driver. They sent him up Vale Pass. No thanks, that scares you in the winter. Well, I guess he can go slow as he wants. Everybody will just be following him. Tell him you only want to work in downtown Denver. Cash is King Trucking. Jesus told me to take the vaccine, so I'm going to take the vaccine. Hey, whatever gets you down the street. You can save money on cigarettes by picking up the stubs and smoking the remainder. Electric Worry. I used to burn those. My mom smoked a lot. And I would take the little thing and burn the filter in the ashtray. She had all these glass ashtrays all over the place. Remember those? Each one weighed like 40 pounds. Plus one sitting next to the couch on a stand that was like full of sand. George Costanza's here. I'm late, but I'm here. Guess you're not technically late until you get here. Yeah, you're not late until you're here. Joe Rich, I used to get on the CB and advertise 5 used condoms at the truck stop on the way out at 5 in the morning. Radio would light up. Drivers are awesome. Enjoy the humor. Hey, at least you're making somebody's day. And 5, pretty impressive, right? Certified pre-worn masks, only $1 a month at 10%. You could lease these masks. That's what we could start out. Lease the masks to drivers. They're so big on leasing trucks. Let's lease them a mask. And it becomes their mask in just 3 years. Just 3 short years. I think to consider yourself a truck driver, you have to need to have driven at least in this decade. Cassius King Trucking. Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of someone in the industry that advocates in the industry and stuff, but it's certainly, and like he says, he still has a CDL. Okay, great. He has his license. But he drove in the 70s. Remember with Laverne and Shirley? Remember Squiggy? He was a truck driver too. So that's when he was out driving. And that's part of the problem, is that we have somebody like that who's still thinking like it's 1978. Oh, we need no logs and, driving 300 hours a week or whatever. That's not the kind of thinking that's going to get you through today, I think. The vaccine mandate will never happen because the school children are not required to have shot records anymore. So how would an actual mandate work? Just saying, Robert. I don't know. They commented on it that, because I was looking up Indiana, Purdue requires your shot records. So all the public colleges, they had Ball State, Purdue, IU, all that. You're required to have certain vaccines and prove it. So I don't know about elementary school. That happened to be in the article. So, yeah. And I don't know how it would work. I could see it working easily with the physical. I think that's the best way to make drivers get it. Make it part of the physical. You either prove it at the physical or you have to get the vaccine at the physical. Or you can't pass. I think that'd be a way to mandate drivers getting it. How to look my paws with my mask on? Yeah, exactly. George Costanza, Sierra England came out with a new 4-person truck. They have a fold-out bunk on the catwalk. Super quality training. They have so many people going in, they don't know what to do with themselves. What are they supposed to do? Oh, Kevin, I don't know about that. You couldn't pay me enough to drive for England. I'll burn my CDL first. Well, the people that go in, though, they don't know any better. I try to get to everybody, but I can't get to them before they go in there. So they don't know better, and so then they're there, and then they're stuck. And now what? Now they got a problem. They're stuck there now. And the place is very aggressive about wanting you to stay, about mandating that you stay. We should let my uncle be the head of the FMCSA. He watched every episode of BJ and the Bear Cash King. Yeah, that which came on after Todd Spencer had already retired from driving, I think. So, although maybe that was 70s. I'm going to wait and see the mindset on the vaccine. Well, look, it's going to be out. They say they'll have it out here next month. The first people will be getting it next month if they can figure out how to keep it at 90 below zero, whatever it's supposed to be. Or what, minus 55 centigrade. I'm going to wait, and insurance companies are probably going to require you to get the vaccinated, or you have to pay an extra fee, similar to if you're a smoker, Justin. Oh, that's interesting. Pay an extra fee unless you get the... Will they pay for the vaccine? Because right now there's not any treatment other than, I guess, if you go to the hospital. If you don't have to go to the hospital, the insurance company doesn't really have to pay anything at the moment, as long as you... I think I had it in January because I had all the symptoms of it then, which I didn't realize until later. And I just continued to work and everything because we didn't know then. And so the insurance didn't have to really pay anything. So it's an interesting way for them to do it. George, I heard they have 7 bunks now, 3 bunks in the truck, a mattress on the floor, and then a bunk room in the front of the trailer. Their trucks, look, if they could figure that out and still haul enough freight, they would do that. Cash King, that's a good one. Can you imagine the guy in the bunk above where you're driving in the Sierra England truck wetting the bed? I'm sure they would just tell you it was a gentle rain. Look, don't pee on my head and tell me it's raining. Gentle. It's just a gentle rain. It's like a summer breeze. Makes me feel free. George Costanza, my issue with major companies is that you aren't paid to do mandatory training. Some companies that drive blue have a simulator and you have to do it isn't paid, comped, but is to be logged on duty. Well, that is true. Any training, whether they're coaching you on your Samsara camera, any kind of training is required to be logged unless it's voluntary. The FMCSA carved that out so that they can have safety meetings. As long as they're voluntary, you don't have to log it because you don't have to go to it. Anything they make you do, you have to log, but they don't have to pay you. But you should insist on getting paid and say, look, I'm not going to come in and do all this training unless you pay me. And some camera thing that they're going to send me, I'm not going to sign up for some camera thing. No way. On my own device? No. That's not happening. Tell them, look, you want it? I'll come in there. You'll pay me, and I'll log it. And then you can have somebody do my run because I got to start my log as soon as I show up. So I won't be able to do my run. That's how you explain it to them and to get through to them. And what are they going to say? You can't log it? Oh, I'd say, well, text that to me, please. Please send me that in a text. I'm sure the Biden administration will make Swift driver the head of the FMCSA. Well, I don't know if that'd be better. If it was somebody that was current, I mean, the Dirty Mask guy was a gypsy truck. Oops, I mean owner-operator. A gypsy. Nice. A gypsy truck would be one with no decals or anything on it. So, did it have an Amazon trailer on it? That's just totally gross. I mean, who would do that? That's somebody that leaves a bag on the side of the road as well. Justin thinks the Affordable Care Act vaccines are considered preventative treatment and are covered 100%. Okay, so the vaccine won't cost anything. All right. The Affordable Care Act. All right, so now we know that costs. So now if they mandate it at your physical, at least it won't cost anything. So why does the Sierra England have new trucks sitting at the dealer in Georgia on I-85? They can't get enough drivers to drive them. And are they day cabs? Did you find a parking spot last night? Yes. People in Nashville are mentally dim. Alexander, well, I don't know about that. A paradise for $9. Listen, if the shot's free, I don't know. Can they mandate you? I don't know. Any training, though, has to be logged. Like this camera that Samsara, when they send you a little text. Even if you do watch it on your phone, which you shouldn't do, that time is legally logged time. That's training. Anything they're coaching you, training is logged. Doesn't matter if it takes 2 minutes. You'd have to start your log legally. Robert, the majority of people survive the virus and go on to the hospital. The survival rate is good. Yeah, it is. There's 6 different strains and it changes. That's true. They said that you actually may need to get vaccinated every year. They talked about that. Would it be a one-time thing? No, they don't think so. What is your take on protection in the truck? You should always wear protection. You should always have protection. So this one vaccine will not be worth the crap, so why worry about it? Well, it might be. I would worry about it because they're talking about mandating it. That's why we're concerned about it. And drivers are going to be in the second group, phase 2, which January, February. So if it's mandated at your company, I would certainly be concerned about it. Other road trucks, and you're allergic to the vaccine, all right, you'll get out of it for that. All right, so they just need people to come down there and pick their trucks up. Don't they have a terminal down there? I'm sure they have a terminal in down there in Atlanta somewhere. So somebody needs to just come over and pick them up. But they said half the schools are closed at the moment. Our shop is right next to the massive Amazon distribution facility. Thousands of bombs up and down the side of the road. Same in Lebanon. There's a big Amazon facility over there. It's just off the highway. You can see it when you go by. It's at about the 133 mile marker on I-65. I can't imagine how the road looks over there. Nashville, it's Crashville. Sweet. Oreo Chips Ahoy or Nutter Butter for best cookie? Has to be Oreos on those because you can make your own cookie out of it. I mean, you can stack them. They come in so many different flavors. You know, Nutter Butters just don't stack well. They're just a little too big. Sierra England has a yard in Conley, Georgia. Right. So they just need to send people over. I knew they had to have something down there. Send people over to go pick up all your trucks. Over the summer, during the summer of protests, a bridge in Omaha was blocked by protesters. 25 people were arrested for blocking the bridge and saying, look, we got to let traffic through. You can't block bridges. Well, a judge just threw all of their arrests out. Dismissed all of them. She said, look, people have a right to speak. So this is what we've come to now. The judge is Marcina Hendricks. Right. And she served 1 year in private practice in the 80s and has since worked for government. She was a public defender and worked for the Urban Affairs Department as a legal counsel. Right. And now throws out the conviction of people who are blocking roads. So that's what we can look forward to as some of these cases come up to, be determined in the courts. What protection the truck steel-toe boots might be the big one? Yeah, I wear those. The vaccine only lasts 30 days in your body, so the vaccine still isn't worth it. That's the problem. They said you might have to take more than one. Trucker Hershey's loaded and rolling 12,000. Ooh, that you need more than that tonight. Bag of donuts and another stimulus check would be wonderful. I'm probably one of the biggest surprised people that there wasn't a check after the first one, that there weren't 2 checks. I was super surprised they didn't get another one. Are we going to get a $1,200 Walmart card before Christmas? I thought we would get one late in the summer. That we didn't get one yet is really surprising. I don't think there'll be one now until the new administration. So I'm looking at February, March. I do think they'll give one. But I thought there'd be another one before. The interweb says it's permanently closed. Well, that stinks. It was a rail yard. Come on now, we all that Milano cookies are the best cookie. Oh, yeah, we can afford Milanos to drive around. I do know that they are your favorite cookie. But, yeah, Milano's delicious, but you get a bag of them. It's so, it's like, you look at this bag and you think you're getting 100 cookies. There's like 5 cookies in there. Each one's in its own little bed. Sometimes got one friend in there. Vanilla wafers? No. Cash is King Trucking. If only we could come up with some use for Gatorade bottles full of urine. I'd be a millionaire. Well, you can use that to cleanse the masks. Nashville is considered Crashville 1 and Knoxville is considered Crashville 2. All right. We're still going to get our hero pay next year. And I don't know if that will ever pass. That whole thing, that depends on the Senate, on how that goes in Georgia. If the 2 Republicans win that, no. You're definitely not getting that. But I do think another stimulus check could come, especially as things close. They had 6 million people travel over Thanksgiving. That probably shouldn't have. And a lot of people will be getting sick. I didn't leave the house Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I didn't leave till Sunday. Went out just for a drive Sunday because the car sat all week. The Escape hadn't driven in a week. So I drove it around. But otherwise, no. And so I think that if you get Republicans, no. Make it $1,200 more. Frederico, what's going on? Alexander, good morning. Marty, Paradise, 9 bunks. Wow, that'd be a lot of people in there. Compliments to the host. You have a great podcast. I'm Mary. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The rights of people who are working are subservient to the rights of those who do not. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's from earlier when Now, when you work, it offends people that don't work. So we don't want to do that. They'll have to go back to a safe space. I'm saying if you block a bridge, you block a way for people to travel, to either commute or just go wherever they want. All you're saying is that, we're blocking this roadway, and I don't think that's speech. That to me isn't speech, right? You want to go protest at the city hall? I'm with you. Okay, but don't be blocking travel for people. People have the right to freely travel in the United States. So I don't like when some public defender judge throws all these out. Now all that does is embolden people to go stand around on the road and get killed in the highway accidents and stuff. No way. Hero pay money for us? Mary, maybe. That the bill had that pay in there, $15 an hour or something for so many every hour you worked. It's been a while since I remember that one, but yeah. Milanos have 5 per layer and 3 layers. All right, I knew there's a few. They are in bed with their friends or whatever, but I mean, that's only 15 cookies in a bag. Oreo, I got 1,000 cookies in this bag, and for $7, I can have so many Oreos. People need to quit expecting handouts and handout holding from complete strangers. The notion is creepy. Chef Matt, that's true. I mean, we shouldn't expect the money. It's nice when it comes. But will we get it? Maybe. A smelly duck mask for everybody? Ugh. We can use those Gatorade bottles. At the manhole one night, Bozo screamed out that Cookie wasn't his favorite anymore. Does that make him an Oreo man now? Oh, wow. That's bringing Bozo back. Biden will give us another free Oingo Boingo. Bongo phone. Oh, right. The free phones. You can still do that, by the way. If you're on some kind of assistance, you can still get a phone. Right. George Costanza, please stop voting for free money. It's not free. There's no such thing as free. Yes, when money's handed out, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It gets added to the, the debt of the country. Trump needs to empty the safe. Remove the JBH keys. Look, I thought what he should do is release all the information about Area 51. That's what I'd really like to see somebody do. Okay, so if there's any information on that kind of thing, let's get that out there. Let's go to the judge's driveway and protest. Oh, she'd probably be arrested. Well, see, her driveway would be private. Let's go block a road in front of her house and say, hey, this is speech. This is speech. I went out Friday and Saturday, came back to work on Sunday, and the traffic wasn't bad on I-81 in Virginia. Good. Yeah, I stayed in the whole weekend. Kelly, you take your pee bottle down to the page and send it with your water. You have your own DEF fluid. Oh, you could almost mix your own. Sometimes it smells like that at the pump, too. The pump was all white from that. It seemed like the pump had some kind of leak. I thought, yikes. Because I filled up at the Petro on Wednesday night. Schuster Trucking in New Point, Indiana. Hero pay, that's awesome. I love it when the government gives me my own money back and tells me they're doing me a favor. That's the same as a tax refund in April. Oh, I'm getting my government tax refund. No, you're getting your money back that you overpaid them with. And they're giving it to you no interest. In Tennessee, they passed a law last year saying you have the right to run protesters over if you block the right of travel. Well, we'll see, how that goes. I don't really recommend doing that. I think that's ripe with problems. I think that what they should do is they arrest people that are blocking roads and go protest where it should be, in front of the government. Have you seen the DMV area? People in D.C. are bad. No. Do you listen to audiobooks? I don't. I listen to podcasts as I travel. I have many of them get downloaded automatically during the day, and then I can just click the podcast. So right now my Bluetooth is not working in the truck for some reason. So when the truck goes in for its service, which I think will be in about 2 weeks, it looks like, I'll have them look at that. I have a Sony speaker that I bring with me that it broadcasts to that thing. So not getting to listen to Handle on the Law in stereo at the moment. Petco and PetSmart hasn't had trucks for 2 weeks now. They striked. Really? PetSmart? I got a PetSmart here. It was full. I ordered some cat litter for the cat rescue on the weekend, which we always do on Thanksgiving, because it's on sale. So she tries to get 100 buckets of it. So I tried to do what I can just for her to pick it up. And there wasn't a problem. It was in stock. What about I-95 from Boston to Richmond all the time? Now, that beats every major city. That would sound like a horrible day. I better get paid hourly to do that every day. When I sold travel, we offered free flights, but those cabins we offer were $500 to $600 more. You should tell customers nothing is free. Then plan trip where they wanted to go. Nothing's free, folks. I only protest through song. I only do my protest through interpretive dance. So that's always the thing. I go out to the front of the City Hall and then do an interpretive dance, 3-hour interpretive dance on the tax policy. It's pretty striking. I'm sure I should do a YouTube video about it. I've been stocking up on pet essentials just in case. Glad I did. Mary, yeah, there've been stuff. Meyer is out of many things, but cat food and stuff has been in stock. PetSmart, though, on the website, it seemed like everything was in stock. I promise you, if you're married and you have 2 more kids, you don't pay a net tax, not a chance. The top 20% pay 80% of the tax. Yeah, it depends what you make. Right, but that's true. White Castle has veggie sliders, Alexander. Yeah, I don't understand the point of it, though. I'm at White Castle. I'm not in veggie land, right? You can't beat that White Castle cooked up on the grill. I mean, I grew up with that. There was one 3 blocks from my house. I mean, how great is it? Justin, I wouldn't run a protester over. Too much cleaning to do on the truck. Well, you put one of those big guards out there. And if you get a place like TMC, they're forever paying for your truck washes. You don't have to worry about it. Kelly, Play will eventually get all that free money back with violations. Yeah, they'll get it all back with tickets from you. $100 at a time. I pee on the fuel line, blame it on a leaking DEF pump. Yeah, was that you at the Petro right before me in New Point? You need to see a doctor. Greetings from Elk City, Oklahoma. Hey, Gear Jammer, what's going on? King Trucking, when I protest through song, I like to dress like Neil Young, but sing like Neil Diamond. Wow. I do my interpretive dance usually in a flesh-colored bodysuit. It adds to the effect. The truth, our Petco is full up. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Petco here, or the PetSmart here. I mean, they didn't say like anything on the website wasn't available, so I didn't know you did that there. The police need fast response airport fire trucks with water pepper spray mix. Oh, that'd be interesting. How much pepper spray would you need in that fire truck? Turn water pressure. Can't forget the rapid response tankers. Yeah, look, let's get people off the road. Tell them, look, you got to get off the road or you're going to be arrested. But then they get arrested and have that all dismissed. All 25 of them had all their charges dismissed. So now the city attorney is deciding whether or not they're going to appeal. Drivers need to limit their exposure to truck stop showers during the flu season. Much less likely to catch COVID. Walmart has Assurance adult wipes. They help tremendously. Assurance adult wipes. That's not a bad idea. Maybe can you bring something in there and spray it? How about your own kind of spray? White Castle, capital of the world? Chicago. How do you feel about Walmart? You can easily make 6 figures, but have to slip seat. Yeah, I don't like slip seating, especially now. But I didn't like it before. I think I came out with it earlier than that, but I'm not going to slip seat a truck I have to sleep in. Okay, I'm not doing that. If I got to sleep all week in it, I'm not slip seating that truck. I mean, and now, would you slip seat that truck now? It's bad enough then. You don't know if the driver before you is some driver that might pick up a mask on the side of the road and wear it, or what he's doing in that truck. So I wouldn't be interested in it then, and I'm not now. The money, I can make money in a lot of places. I don't have to go to Walmart, wear their uniform, which I already don't like as well, and can only talk on the phone for 10 minutes at a time and show my phone records and stuff. There's a lot of problems with Walmart. They're way too micromanaging for me. Petco and PetSmart won't sell any live food because no trucks. Live food? They keep in live food for the animals they have there because no trucks. Okay. I didn't know they had live food that they sell. I know they had litter, so I didn't have any problem getting litter for the rescue. I think Loves have been slacking on cleaning the showers. I walk in and it's still wet. Is that bad or good, though? What if that's disinfectant? You know, what if it's been disinfected? Did it have that piece of paper on the front that you had to rip off that this has been disinfected? White Castle, isn't that where Clarabelle said, where's the beef? No. She said that at Wendy's. The TMC driver has to make a bed after every protester's run over. Yeah, he goes and makes the bed real fast before he calls the police. Alexander, I get veggie sliders. Religious oak. Look, if you want to buy, I'm not buying a veggie slider. White Castle is all about the slider part of it, and I don't think it'd be as good as a regular White Castle. I've had the Impossible Burger at Whopper at Burger King. It's good. You can tell the difference because I did the test. I bought one of each one and tried them both. You can tell the difference. But it's still, the White Castle, it's just too much history. Me and White Castle go back too far. My dad is buried at the cemetery next to White Castle, ironically, and his grave overlooks the White Castle. So I don't know if he did that on purpose either. So The White Castle was there before he moved there. So, for all I know, he probably did that on purpose. Misty, is it me, or does it look like TMC encourages drivers to do videos? They're more pro TMC videos than Cash is King. Yeah, Prime too, I think. I think they all put out a message, and this is why I say don't mention your company so you can talk freely. Prime too, all these negative videos from TMC and Prime, they all vanished. Because I think companies all said, look, you got to take all these videos down or you're fired. Because they can do that. So if you want to talk freely about the industry, you really can't talk about your own company in a negative way or they'll fire you. And they watch for that stuff. They look for that stuff all the time. Live in Columbus, Ohio, the world headquarters of White Castle. Is that where it is? Slip seating adds an element of adventure. Oh, I bet. Wow, what can we find in the truck today? What if you find a mask in the truck or something? I mean, no way. Is all litter keto? As long as the cat eats it, I guess. I'd stop going to Love's if they did that, Alexandra. That's kind of, you just never know. You just never know what's been done in the shower. So what about a spray? Let's see if I got my can right here. Something like this, right? Here's a disinfectant spray, right, that I got at Meyer or whatever. I mean, what about something like that? Could you use that kind of stuff? Spray the shower and wait for a few minutes to see what's going on in there? It might even be so bad in there you start having to wear shower shoes. TMC drivers can't kill the protesters because they can't drive fast enough. The protesters can outrun them. But hey, they're employee owned. They choose to drive that speed because at any time if they didn't want to, they can just go in there and demand the speed be turned up on their truck. It seems TMC is doing it, but they can't live out their nickname of too much chrome. Oh, it's got to be shiny. Fake meat is garbage. I'm not eating it on a White Castle. Go carnivore if you want to lose weight and feel great. That's what White Castle says. They go, look, if you eat our White Castles every day, you're guaranteed to lose weight. Mark at White Castle with a tear in his eye. I can't quit you. No doubt. No doubt. Since I was a little kid. Hey, 6% pepper spray to water would be enough to run off most people. Kelly, I'm just thinking of a fire truck, and I'm thinking how much of the pepper spray part do they have to add in there? The tank's got to hold hundreds of meters of gallons of water. That's, 80-20, right? Pepper spray to 20% water. Wow. So it's like thick. It's like a gel, pepper gel. Slip seating trucks, but a month of paid vacation is pretty good. I get a month of paid vacation here. I get more than a month of paid vacation. So that isn't any big deal. You can get that elsewhere. I get 5 weeks of vacation here, personal days and stuff. So you don't have to go to Walmart. There are a lot of places. I'm not the only one either. There are a lot of places doing that. They can't lure me with that. Not with their fancy uniforms, their 10-minute phone calls. I don't have any of those problems. I can fill up wherever I want. There's something to be said for all this extra stuff. They may make more money than me, but I don't see them filling up at the New Point Petro over there. They have a spray that now disinfects the air. Yeah, like this spray. This is just your general Lysol spray. Yeah, I got them all over the place. There's another one I got over here. So I got these all over the place. Oh, here's the Lysol. Here's the actual name brand. Mark buys. I got name brand too. Right, so I don't know why I got so many around me. I guess maybe because I need to be disinfected. Oh, you're not missing much. They don't taste great, Alexander. Well, then what's the point? See, that's the thing. They got to make them at least taste as good as the regular one. If they don't have the taste of a White Castle, they're not going to fool me with their veggie burgers. They're not. Just like the Impossible Whopper. Oh, it tastes exactly the same. It looks close, and it's close, but you can easily tell the difference. House I grew up was surrounding a cemetery. Best neighbors ever. They're very quiet. We were a couple blocks from that cemetery where he is now, right? And it's very quiet there. Nobody at the house anymore. I like the White Castles were better when they were only 10 cents. I must have been saying how old I am. Michael Jordan, right. Michael Jordan, I didn't know you were that old. I remember about 18 cents or so. 18, 20 cents a White Castle. Going back in time, and then you'd get them on sale. You could get 6 for $1, whatever, with a coupon. So, but I don't remember 10 cents. I mean, that's going back pretty far into the White Castle there. George Costanza, are you a Colts fan? No, I don't do anything with sports. I'm just never been a big fan of sports, being like a fan of it, right? Be a participant rather, the game. I don't have anything to do with the game. So people are like, get all crazy about it. I'm like, Did you do something there? Were you done training with those people? So no, nothing with sports really. I only got my letter in high school to get a letter in my jacket, and all I did then was be the equipment manager because I still got the same varsity letter that everybody else got. First White Castle I ever ate at was in Hobstad, Indiana. We didn't have White Castles in California and Oklahoma. That's correct. We keep them over here where they need to stay. You're sitting on a gold mine with lots of spray. Look, I've been buying stuff all summer. Now there's no toilet paper. Here I'm sitting again. Here I'm sitting pretty on a big pile of paper. So I knew this was all coming. You just never know when this stuff comes up. I got a gallon jug of Purell over here too. Slips eating is a turnoff for me. That's terrible about Walmart. I agree. Look, the phone, 10 minutes, 6 times a day, 1 hour a day. That's it. They can ask for your phone records. You sign a form when you go in that says, if we ask for it, you have to provide your phone records, and you have to do it. Okay? And that's part of working there. And so I'm not doing that. That kind of stuff is crazy. If they think the phone is unsafe, they should ban the phone. Why is a 10-minute call safe, but an 11-minute call is not safe? Those kind of things don't make any sense. They can't be safety. You must get a CJ5 with dual carbs and a racing stripe and smoky on your tail. Wow, that'd be something. Those all rusted away out here, by the way. My first White Castle was Columbus, Ohio, and ate there all weekend. Yeah, for like $12. I've never been to White Castle or Horton David. I don't think there's one in Denver. Nope. Good times makes a mean slider. It's not the same. If you ever head out here, start coming this way, be sure to stop at one somewhere and pick up a sack. Walmart fuels at the DCs. The driver said that Walmart pays for the showers on the road. Donkey bite. Well, that's good. I think that most drivers, let's be honest, don't pay for showers. If you're not getting, 50 gallons every couple of days, you're probably at the wrong company. That's what I think. 18 cents a slider, that'd be dangerous for me. Yeah, well, then I didn't have as much money then as a younger kid, Willbound79, good chatting with everyone. Trucking Answers, keep trucking. Have a good week. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Be nice, no dunking a bag of donuts and coffee. Yes. You're going to age yourself. It was $19.50 for the price of a hamburger rose from 10 to 12 cents. Really? I see. I can remember high teens, it seems like. You had to pay 10 cents to use the bathroom. Oh, I don't remember. I've never paid to use a bathroom. I've been paid in a bathroom. That's another story. That's the manhole, though. 1967 went from 12 to 14 cents. All right. So maybe I did pay in the teens. Everybody should have their daily donut, right? We have 3 White Castles in Vegas. Misty, I did read that they opened up in Vegas. I was kind of disappointed that they traveled over there. But have you stopped by there? Have you enjoyed the beauty of the castle? You have to be a fool not to wear shower shoes in a truck stop shower. I never did. 77 BTLE. I never did. I was just never warm. I just went right in there and marched in and thought, my feet are so tough that they're going to be able to tolerate whatever's in the shower. And never had a problem. But I haven't showered at a truck stop in a while. So I think now I would. I don't even know that I would take any clothes off, to be honest with you, because I don't know what's been going on in there. Alexandra, I live about 10 minutes down the road from my local White Castle. Oh my gosh, that would be so good. Right? There's one over by Meyer. How great is that? White Castle is the same as Crystals. You take that back, Panama Jack. That is not true. Crystals are not the same as White Castles. Those Crystals are White Castle imposters and should be arrested for such. Alexander, maybe 15 now. That's Indiana 37 is all tore up. All right, well, it's still worth it. I'll gladly pay a Tuesday for a slider today, and it wouldn't even cost that much. What are they now? 55 cents, maybe 60 cents? The price now is close to like the price of a hamburger at McDonald's. Cincinnati's a home of White Castle. Cincinnati's a home of chili. Skyline chili. Try to fuel exclusively at once so the reward stack. Yeah, whenever I go get a route, I pick a place that's on my side of the road to fuel at. That's how I do it, because it's on my side of the highway. For all West Coast drivers, there's a White Castle at exit 12 on I-15 in Nevada for room to trucks to pull in. Oh, I bet that's a happening place for truck drivers. Have you ever had In-N-Out Burger? Yes. When I go out that way, I did eat In-N-Out Burger, and they're delicious too, and they're not over here. No White Castles in New England. We try to stay in the Midwest. 8 cents in the 50s. John Nettles. Wow. I did not pay 8, but I now that I see the years and stuff. I can seem to remember high teens. High teens as a kid. Me and my friend Dino going over there, getting our White Castles. He may be watching right now too. So I'm getting the White Castles there, going and get, a plate of them. How good was that? How good were those days? Trip routing and fuel routing is a showstopper for me, MG Jackson. That's why I kind of encourage people to get a regular route if you can. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You know where you're going. I have 2 fuel stops that I would choose, one on my side and then one on the other side, and that's it. That's easy for the day. Wahlburger, it's like $18. Yikes. Wasn't there a former CEO that started a competitor to White Castle and was sued each other for market share, Paul Harris? I don't know. There were a couple over the years, like Prince Castle and stuff, but nothing lately. The only thing better than White Castle is a Whataburger, but you feel stupid eating 15 Whataburgers at your booth. But Jim Drucker, but nobody bats an eye at you when you got all these White Castle boxes strewn about, in the White Castle. Nobody, that's just somebody eating a sack of White Castles, But when you do the Big Macs, that guy ate 14 Big Macs. What a blob, But I ate 14 White Castles. They're like, that's awesome. World headquarters for White Castle's Columbus. I live down the street from the new building. That's awesome. Man, I'd be in there all the time. Burgers from Southern California. I had my first In-N-Out in 73. They're in Texas. Only a few, though. Only White Castle Northeast is your local freezer section. That's not the same. I've tried them. They're not nearly the same as getting them in person. You have to cook them up and then be surly to yourself when you're trying to give them to yourself. Ugh. You want how many White Castles? I'm like, just get them. I'm paying you here. In-N-Out Burger's the biggest overhyped restaurant chain in the U.S. The fries taste like cardboard that they came in. It's kind of like Steak and Shake then, right, for the fries? I'm not a fan of their fries. Mary hasn't had a White Castle in 40 years. It's time to get out there and get one. What are we waiting for? Alexander went to shower last night. It looked like the last person got a little excited on the wall. Oh, sweet. Well, we'll just hope that was DEF that they put in there. And you need some of these sprays here. In-N-Out has nice trucks. Oh, I didn't never seen their trucks. Kevin, you made our Mondays great again. Thanks. I appreciate that. In-N-Out just opened a store in Colorado. There was a 14-hour drive. I heard they were fighting. They said there was fighting and one person took their pants off during the fight. That was actually in the news here. I'm like, oh, yeah? Well, you wait a minute. I'm coming over there. Let me get my pants off first. I'm like, what is happening? Jack in the Box. Oh, we used to have a Jack in the Box at Calumet City for all you northern Illinois people. That's not there anymore. There's White Castle frozen burgers in the freezer section. Yeah, at Walmart. It's not the same, though. It is not the same. You would drive 300 miles to Scottsdale for a slider. That's well worth it. You're getting them fresh that way. In-N-Out runs long-nosed Pete's for delivery. That's brilliant. That is something they would do down there. But here, let's go to all these small stores. Here's a gigantic Pete. Dropped almost $100 at Five Guys for 2 adults and 3 kids. Wow. Cash's King Trucking could stay at a motel for 12 days for that. You're all making me want a burger. Let's go find a White Castle. Do we seriously have to be beggars as a society, Chef Matt? Yes, that's what it seems like, right? There are tons of people still griping that, I was laid off, 7 months ago or whatever. Why haven't you done something during that time? Something. I mean, it doesn't have to be what your field is or whatever, but you can't wait and just hope I'm going to get another $1,200 check or whatever. Go do something with yourself. There's jobs, maybe it's not your greatest job ever. Heck, I'd go rent a car from Uber before I'd decide to just sit around and hope the government comes through for me. Well, Bill, finally done with today's 12 hour. Tomorrow's another 12. Well, we know who could get the $100 rooms. Disclaimer, not all of us Coloradoans are weird. No, just most of you. That's Austin, right? Where we keep Austin weird. Someday maybe you'll get a White Castle over there. I wanted to talk about Rand McNally. Also, they're still down. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Cleveland, 12 inches of snow tonight, too. I want to make sure to put that out there. The Cleveland area may get 12 inches of snow. What do you think about that? And the most violations on ELDs are form and manner violations. Okay, trailer number, they said, is the number one thing. So if your trailer number is not on your ELD right now, put it on there so you don't get a form and manner violation. They said that the violations like the hours of service are way down, but they're getting these form and manner violations more now. Put your trailer number on there. There's a company out there that pays you a few cents a gallon to use their fuel route. Kelly, well, see, that'd be worth it. They give me the route, and it, depends. Depends. Or you cut me off in the drive-thru, the pants are coming off. I know. I mean, that's what they said. There's no pants. They were fighting without pants. It was in the article. Oh, I'm like, these two, listen, I'm coming over there. If I got to take my pants off, don't make me take my pants off. What is going on? They're hamburgers. Does anybody stock a mini fridge in the truck? I prepare and pack fabulous meals for the road for you and your husband every week. Super nutritious. Mary, most trucks now do have a fridge, and I'd be afraid to know what's in a lot of them. Pizza rolls, and I don't know what all else. But yeah, stocking every week, a great idea. Saves money, and you get much better food. But maybe once a week we can get a White Castle. The best chili dogs are Wiener Schnitzel. Oh, nice. I do miss that about California. Yeah, there's no Wiener Schnitzels in Oklahoma. No. White Castle via trucking answers a business tax write-off. Look, if I did a video about it, I could write it off, actually. So, yeah, it's possible. That's not a bad idea. I should go over there, get them, do a video, and then you get to write them off. Keep the receipt. CSA points against the driver should be thrown away. Just another way to irritate a driver. MVR should be the only thing a driver should be concerned about. Look, I totally agree that the officers can write something down on a form, a CSA form, and you, just as a warning, and you get points. There's nothing you can do about it. That isn't right. A light is out on the trailer that wasn't out when you left, and you get points for it when you would have fixed it at your next stop. No, none of that is right. And then you can't do anything about it. Donkey Bite, am I the only one that takes her pants off before a fist fight? Yeah, you wait a minute over there. Urgh. Now get over here. I was thinking of routes and fuel stops being doctored by the company. Go here, put in 40 gallons, MG Jackson. Yeah, that's another annoying thing. That, or they say stop at this pilot. You must stop here and fill up. That's annoying. I don't know if Walmart does that. People are saying that they fill up at their terminals. That's pretty good. But a lot of places you must stop only at their designated stop. That's super annoying. Being able to stop wherever you want, or at least at, like, say, any pilot or any Flying J, is way easier on you. You can plan your day better. You'll make more money. The company will make more money. You'll be more rested. I wouldn't be able to go back to a place that says you must stop only at this pilot and fill up. I just don't like that. Don't make me take my pants off. Yeah. Hey, mister up there. If I get out of this car and have to take my pants off, you know what's going to happen. Really? Bag of donuts. Yeah. White Castle once a week. Treat yourself. So you eat 30 White Castles once a week. That's 3 sacks. I mean, or that 50-pack box. That's not terrible. Mr. Player, it is a crave case. That's what it's called. The first time I went to White Castle, I was out of service for 2 days. Yeah. I think what is it, 50 in that crave case or so, or 30? Crazy. But you're only buying one thing, so it doesn't seem like it's so much. And if you sat in the restaurant and ate that whole thing, nobody would think anything about it. But believe me, if you ate 30 Big Macs at McDonald's, people would think there was a problem. So, Sam, I never follow my fuel route. My company prefers to fuel at Love's, but we're allowed a certain amount of Pilot Flying J. So, look, that's fine. They go, prefer any Love's, but you can also fuel at the Pilot. Then you can figure your day out. That's one thing. What if they said you must fuel at this Pilot only? And so you have to sit in that line and have to fill at that Pilot. That's crazy. You might sit there 20 or 30 minutes. If I pull in the Petro over there and there's trucks like there were that one day, I just blast right out of there and take off. I don't sit there and wait in line because I'm not going to sit there and wait. I go down to the Love's then, which is the next truck stop. And I would keep stopping until I found a place where I could get in because I can't see the Petro line before I get to the interstate. You can actually see the Love's on 74 there, but I can't see that one. So that day when it was full, I left. I wasn't going to sit there and wait there. But some people would have to wait, and that wastes time. Sounds like some exhibition stuff. Get out of the car and take your pants off. Alexandra, you must not have read that. I mean, is it crazy? They're fighting, and nobody's got pants on. Where is everybody's pants? Did they go, hey, we need to go get one of the new burgers? And they're like, aren't you going to put your pants on? Heck no, I don't know who's got time for that. Let's go. Just give me my keys and then we're out of here. I mean, really? Oh, the crave case is 30. Wow, Bill, all right. So you could sit there and eat 30 in the crave case at a booth and nobody would think anything about it. Paul Harris, so what's happening? White Castle, a fight being orchestrated at the manhole. No, this was at Colorado. Well, one of these new burger places opened up and there was a fight with no pants. Where's everybody's pants? Everybody in the drive-thru is not wearing pants. Better not get in a bar fight at the manhole. Yeah, that would be a fight that would happen there. No chaps. My company uses suggested fuel stops. If you're 80% compliant, then you get 10 cent per gallon bonus. See, so it's probably not hard to get 80% compliance. And then, because sometimes the place they give you is going to be fine, right? But you want to be able to go out and fill up somewhere else rather than wait. If there's like a 3-truck, 3 deep line, you'd rather leave. And probably most places, that's fine. And so that's going to work out too. But there are some places that say you have to wait in that line no matter what. And does that really save them money? Say it takes you an hour. That doesn't save anything. In-N-Out was having a pantsless promotion. Everybody, no pants, 50% off. People, if you do not have the bottoms on, if you don't wear the top, it's only 25% off. So, right, people, but they were out fighting without pants. I just don't understand it. At least it could have been men without hats. That's what I'm thinking. Holy mackerel. I do want to thank Great Plains was here today, so as I have to head out, get their salary pay and bonus, and hey, they'll get you some groceries. They can't get you White Castles because they don't have one in that area, but they will give you groceries to get you started over there, right? Fleet Nav Systems is here today. Their live show tomorrow is going to have Drive-Wise on it. They're going to be 3 p.m. live. How about go check them out on YouTube at their live show. Cassius King Trucking was here today. Thank you very much for being here today. He does a ton of live stuff over there. He's got this whole series of checking companies at different cities and all of his mine versus cave, all that stuff, right? Please go watch the channel. It's great. And don't forget about Jay's live all the time too. Jay's out there live. Go check him out. We appreciate him for giving us a good start here. I really do. Today first was Christina the other day, of course. And then Misty was first today, but I do have to head out. So, and I will have pants on at work. If you ever see me at work, I will have on pants. That is a promise from me to you right here today in the end of November. So that I will promise you, and we will not fight. So that's good too. The only tenet of any good religion should have pants optional. Well, I guess it depends what you're doing. That would be an interesting one. You could say, look, I'm part of the pants optional religion, and that's why I'm not getting a shot. So, yeah, pants are optional. You choose. And at Roselawn, Indiana, they're also optional, as we all know up there from the sundial. That's what it is, the lady leg sundial. If you can all look that up. Wow, Bill came in today after a long day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for that, Alexander. I appreciate it. I hope you get your tire cleared up and everything. Roger Penske was here, and a clean shower, by the way. JJ Godfrey, thank you for being here today. Donkey Bite was here. All right, Sam, I appreciate you coming in. Columbia George. Paul Harris was here. Let's see. Oh, it's Mr. Plow, right? That great name. Thank you for coming in. Daquan Frazier, it's good to see you today. Bag of Donuts, thank you for being here. Let's see, where'd I go? Oh, Panama Jack was here today. Oh, Gear Jammer, right? Mary was here too. Mary was here. Kelly Patterson, thank you for being here. The Horton David, which seems reversed, but maybe not, right? Was here. All right, so Chef Matt was cooking up some comments. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with myself for that. Tommy Cash, I love it. Thanks for being here. John Nettles was here. Gear Jammer. Kevin was here today. And let's see. As I go up here, the list. Oh, MG Jackson. Misty was here today. Thank you for being here. Michael Jordan was here. Bounced in here today. All right, that's two. I'm doing pretty good on that. The Hool was here. It's good to see you, Willbound79. But I have to head on out to my work or they will gripe at me. So thank you for that. And we will be back soon. Let's see here where I can see this here. Oh, this. With more. I'm going to do probably its own video on that Samsara. That just aggravates me that the camera that can watch you have a mask on. That's super aggravating. So that's what we're going to do with that. Otherwise, be safe. It's going to snow a lot, so be very careful with that stuff today, please. All right, so everybody can come back safely to their house and their family, and we will see you as